If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing or hitting the heart with the $sign, giving a special thanks showing me that you are really, really enjoying the content. 7/28/2025. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And today's live, this is just open discussion. I'm doing a pop-up live today. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's going on? I got a timer on myself. I do plan on being here 1 hour, right? But listen, as I go through, if the support start pouring into the channel, I will stay on longer. I know a lot of people come on, they say how much they enjoy these pop-up lives, but it's literally like breaking up my schedule in the middle of the day. So if you can, be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing or leaving your 2 cents below in the Cash App. But at the very least, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button. So listen, basically what I'm saying is the more support we getting on the channel, the longer I'll be on for the pop-up lives. We're going to do it like that moving forward. We had a good live yesterday. We had a good live on Friday. And all the ladies that's listening, please come by Friday for ladies night, starting at 6:30 2 Cents Boxing. Write it down in your notes, put it in your schedule, put it in your calendar, and just come chit chat with me and talk boxing. If you don't want the men all in the videos, being all emotional, crying, arguing back and forth, cussing, calling each other names, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where the ladies can hop on the panel and talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. How everybody doing today? Hot topics going around boxing right now. You got Terrence T-Bud Crawford right now under the snackroscope. He's under the snackroscope. He recently released some footage of him exercising, and people got questions. And like Manager Marty say, we need answers. We need answers. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Joseph Torres, Cam J Network, No More Sleepwalking, the homie Jay Henderson, Joseph Bermia. What's going on, y'all? So I don't know if people realize this Victor Conte conversation will always continue to come up. And from my understanding, he does have a prostate cancer, I believe, that he's dealing with right now. But I don't know what that has to do with what we're talking about. Shout out to Gaptooth Games. He say, just got my first YouTube check this morning. I'm calling into work and telling them brokies to get the bread up. Yeah, right. Unless you got some thousands of millions of views you got going on, Gaptooth Games, I'm going to have to check out your channel. Because them little views you get, you know what I'm saying? They a little something. It's a little something, but it ain't something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Hector Soli. Shout out Big Bob Gunn in the building. And for some reason, right, when you bring up the snack conversation, people get upset about it. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why people get upset about the snack conversation. And it's like, oh, well, you let's say you talk about a fighter with snack. Oh, well, such and such with snack. Such and such with snack. They suspicious too. Like, I don't know why y'all keep bringing up other. Bam Rodriguez with snack. He's suspicious too. The nigga blowing up to 190 pounds and he fighting at 119 damn near. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't understand why you can't just be honest. Clarissa Shields, my favorite fighter, she was snack. She's suspicious too. But the only thing about Clarissa Shields, why did you go over there? You're already accomplished. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're already accomplished. You've already reached the highest peak that you could reach. Like, what you go over there for? Was it for MMA? Maybe she went to fool with Victor so she can, get a little strength and get a little better for MMA. I don't know. But I'm only saying that to say, just because we talking about one fighter don't mean we not suspicious of the other fighters. Like, I don't know why y'all keep saying that. And let me say this too about Canelo, like they like to bring up, right? I don't know if y'all noticed, but Victor Conte exonerated Canelo. He said the meat in Mexico was tainted and he believed Canelo and that Canelo signed up for his 365 testing. So he exonerated Canelo for quote unquote cheating. So for everybody that keeps saying, oh, well, Canelo the one that actually popped dirty. Why are you not talking about Canelo? What do y'all want us to say about Canelo? He already popped dirty. What do y'all want us to say? He's already caught, quote unquote. But Victor exonerated him. So, and then people say, oh, well, you trust Victor? No, I don't, but y'all do. So since y'all trust Victor and Victor has exonerated Canelo, y'all can erase that talking point too. Another talking point y'all can erase. He never tested positive. He shouldn't. If he tests positive, Victor not doing his job. Y'all do realize that, right? So saying he never tested positive means absolutely nothing. So let's cross that talking point off the list. And this just don't apply to Terrence Crawford, y'all. This applies to any athlete ever in any sport that decides to connect themselves to Victor Conte. Period. Am I saying he's cheating? No. Do I know 100% if he's cheating? No. But is there a possibility that he is cheating? Yes. You're connected to somebody that has said, Oh, I can beat the test. Oh, beating the test is like taking candy from a baby. If you get caught cheating and you can't beat the test, you're basically pretty much stupid. These are all the things that Victor Conte has said himself. So, and how it's so easy to circumvent the VADA testing. So why would somebody with all of this knowledge about how easy it is to beat the testing, why would he continuously to promote and push testing that's easy to circumvent and beat? Like, come on, y'all got to use common sense. Y'all got to use common sense. And just because I think of, I don't understand. It's sports. In sports, athletes use steroids. They do. They get caught, they do their punishment, and then they move on. I don't understand why people acting like it's the end of the world, because we may think your favorite fighter that's connected to somebody that's known for cheating and beating tests could possibly be cheating and beating tests. Can somebody explain to me why that is not a logical thought process? I'm just asking, like, can somebody explain to me why that is not a logical thought process? Like, because the issue is not that people, y'all want to make it seem like people can't even think that. Like, that shouldn't even, like, why you even thinking that at all? Like, no, like, that's a logical thought process. And then you got a couple Victor buddies, aka Memo Heredia, who's in the business. So you don't think people connected to Memo Heredia get any scrutiny? They absolutely do. They absolutely do. But when people criticize other fighters about being connected to these people, y'all don't say nothing. I said plenty of, I talked about how David Benavidez was tripping in the Morrell fight, but he up there with Memo Heredia. He working with Memo Heredia. So yeah, these things are brought to attention. It's just that when we mention other fighters that y'all not Johnson bouncing on, y'all get y'all panties all in a bunch. You get your panties all in a bunch. And so now you got Bill and Devin Haney who reignited this conversation. The snack, because the snack conversation gonna keep getting recycled. So y'all might as well just get over it. But you got Bill and Devin Haney who reignited this conversation with the whole 365 24/7 testing. So you got Bill and them reigniting the conversation about the 365 testing. And then they reignited Manager Marty. So now here come Manager Marty popping out. Because Manager Marty saying 365 testing is a hoax. 365 testing is a hoax. And I watched his live yesterday where he went on the website. He pulled up the application to enroll in the regular VADA program to 8 weeks. But guess what, y'all? Guess what? It was no application to sign up for the 365 testing. So I'm trying to understand with Bill Nim, like, is it a secret? Like I can't go on the website and get the information because there's no information about 365 testing on the website. There's no information. It's a tab and they got Devin Haney picture there. And that's it. If y'all don't think that that's suspicious, then I don't know what to tell y'all. That's y'all. But what y'all are not going to do is tell me how to think and try to criticize me for thinking and using my logic, deductive reason, and critical thinking skills. Oh, well, I'm not going to put that jacket on a fighter. I'm not going to put that jacket on the fighter saying that they cheating. They put the jacket on themselves as soon as they started working with Victor Conte. And I am aware that there's a difference between working with Victor, like he said himself, giving him your blood, or just taking the products. It's a difference. And wearing the snack patch as a sponsorship. Yes, it's a difference. We're aware of that. Boxing Hacker, 365 testing is not a hoax, 2 cents. And this is what I'm saying. I can't understand why y'all running around defending this so hard. Like, show me, Boxing Hacker, go to the website. Show me the application to enroll in 365 testing. Show me where it talks about 365 testing, not a policy. Show me like how it explains how the 8-week works, the in-competition testing. Please go show me where it talks about 365 testing on the website. It doesn't. And then you're going to say, oh, well, so does it, since they don't talk about it on the website, that mean they don't do it? It's not that since they don't talk about it on the website. It's the fact that they don't talk about it on the website. It's the fact that it's thousands of boxers and Devin Haney is the only person signed up. It's the fact that Victor Conte says that this is solution and he can't even get his own snack fighters to sign up for it. It's all of those things. It's all of those things. And you listen, this is 2 Cents Boxing where everybody entitled to their own opinion. You don't have to believe that. You don't have to quote unquote put that jacket on people. I don't care. You can do it. You can think whatever you want, but what you're not going to do is tell me how to think. I think we need to establish that. And I think I need to establish that with a lot of these dudes around this boxing space. Because I be really respectful with y'all. But lately, some of you niggas been getting out of line and getting real disrespectful. Y'all getting real disrespectful. And I don't play that shit. I don't do empty threats and shit over the internet because you ain't finna do nothing. And I ain't finna do nothing. I don't know where you at. You don't know where I'm at. But you niggas start tucking your dick and acting like bitches because y'all can't beat me in a debate. Because y'all are some idiots. And I'm smarter than y'all. And you can't handle it. And for whatever reason you think because I'm a woman, I ain't supposed to be smarter than you. I don't know what dumbass nigga logic y'all are using. So I'm just telling y'all, just keep it respectful. We talking boxing. Y'all look like bitches out here for real. And this is coming from a woman. I'm just telling y'all, stop being so emotional. Untuck your dick and be a man, period. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And the next person that get disrespectful with me, I'm going to let you have it. Seriously. Y'all stop playing with me. For real. Anyway, the snack conversation going to keep coming up. It's going to keep coming up. So you might as well just get used to it. And I told y'all, Terrence going to get exposed in this Canelo fight. He going to be exposed. You 38 years old. You putting on all this muscle, all this weight. Even though I think that Terrence Crawford is putting on all that weight, I don't see it being to his advantage. Because when you go, even Charlo said that was a mistake that he made. Charlo said that was a mistake that he made, putting on all that weight and moving up. And I constantly see boxers making the same mistake every time they move up. They put on too much muscle. Putting on muscle, you gonna move. Listen, I was a track athlete my whole life, right? And I would get in the weight room and I would notice when I'm putting on muscle, you feel it. You're slower, you're sluggish, your body feel heavier, you're not as light. You're not as light. And then I got to get used to running with that new muscle. See, it's dumb shit like this right here. Terrence work hard. That's how he puts on muscle. Boxing Hacker, I don't know if you be trolling or you really this dumb, bro. I don't know if you trolling. You don't. To me, you seem like a pretty intelligent guy. So I don't know if you playing because that's not how this works. You can't, as an elite athlete, it's even harder to put on muscle, right? As an elite athlete. As a cardio elite athlete, like a boxer, they're a cardio athlete, it's extra harder to put on muscle. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not that easy. It just don't work like that. Man, let me get these super chats. Shout out to everybody supporting the channel. Shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. Breaking news, 2 Cents Boxing duck Devin Haney. Facts. Everybody duck Devin Haney. I'm telling y'all, Bruce Lee duck Devin Haney. Shaquille O'Neal duck Devin Haney. Shout out to Jay Henderson with the $9.99. Everybody on Snack that sent Victor their blood is sus. And I'm telling y'all now, I love the snack conversation. I love the snack conversation. I've been on Victor head since the Balco. My favorite athlete of all times ever in the history of athletics was Marion Jones, and he ruined that woman's career. Listen, she's still a great athlete to me because what I do understand about track, they juicing. They juicing. I don't know about now, but I know 80s, 90s, they was juicing, and you wasn't winning if you wasn't juicing. That's why Victor was such a hit. But he was too good at it. They had to get rid of that, bro. They had to get rid of Victor. He was too good. They know, I mean, it's not like you get rid of Victor, you're going to stop cheating. You not. But the level that Victor was on, he was gonna ruin the sports. He was gonna ruin sports. They had to get rid of him. And if he continues to do what he's doing, he will ruin boxing. Shout out to Gap Tooth Games with the $1.99 super chat. You seen they saying ban Pop Dirty? No, Gap Tooth Games. Who's saying ban Pop Dirty? And then people acting like if you popping dirty, like it's the end of your career. It's not. Boxing don't care about you using steroids. They really don't. Because if they did, they would not let Victor be in boxing doing what he doing. If they really cared. If they really cared, they wouldn't be using a test that's easy to circumvent and then promote it as if it's the answer. Come on, y'all. Like y'all, come on, y'all. It don't even make sense. Bill Haney said Conti is reformed. Why you hate me? Shout out Big Dog Willie. Shout out Big Bob Gunn with the $1.99. He say cook. Shout out Big Bob Gunn. Y'all be sure to help keep the support coming to the channel. Let me know you enjoying the content. Shout out Coach Eddie. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, good morning, 2 cent. Great pop up. I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, the steroid PED, you know, you can go as far back into Soviets were using it a very long time in the Olympic Games. Wrestling, they were notorious using steroids, of course, bodybuilding. Powerlifting, even Lance Armstrong was caught up in the blood doping, which was basically, I think, taking blood out and replacing it with some type of either red or white blood cells that basically the body can carry more oxygen and have a deeper endurance reserve. I mean, that's a very grueling race, you know, the Tour de France. I mean, you're talking about this stamina beyond on top of stamina. You know, decathlons, you know, people doing these marathons and lifting, I mean, doing all these different events, all that type of stuff. They are, I mean, they taking something to a degree. They are taking performance enhancers. The thing about it is you have legal and you have illegal. So either way, your performance is enhanced. You just basically have to find which ones you can take legally that will allow you to pass the test or the stipulations. But most of these high, you know, these athletes are on something. I mean, I think maybe the snack that we can order offline may be a little different than what you get, you know, when you actually join the the program or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, a lot of them they are taking stuff that enhances their performance. Just one of them is just legal, one of them is illegal. Now you mentioned that, like the weight gain. If you notice, anytime it's science. I mean, it's basic physics. You know, when a person gets heavier, it's going to require more work. You're not going to be as fast. You may gain a little bit of power, but most of the time when boxers gain weight, you can go back and look at Lennox Lewis, for instance. Lennox Lewis with the flat top was very, very fluid. He can move around. He moved around very well. He was very, very quick. Through a lot of fast combinations. As he went up in weight, flat top Lennox Lewis was about 225, 230. Then when he became the Lion, he was about 250. So that's like 20, 25 pound difference. And he became more stationary. Power went up. Definitely his power went up, but he became more stationary and was more of a not an elusive target when he was the Lion. I mean, the young Lennox. Same thing even with Canelo. Canelo became more stationary when he gained weight. You go look at 154-pound Canelo.
Yeah,
he was much more mobile than the one that has his feet nailed to the ground right now. Because now he's just relying on power and people being afraid of him. And that pretty much, and that's what he's relying on right now. So anytime you gain weight, I mean, you look at Cassius Clay versus Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay was what, 202, 204, 208, dance all night long. We start getting 230, you couldn't do it anymore. So anytime you start putting on weight, it's going to affect your mobility. You're not going to be as fast. Your arms are going to be heavier. You'll lose a little bit of speed, and you're going to lose probably your endurance may suffer a little bit. Even Carissa Shields, we seen it. Yep. The reason why I say she looked bad. You go back and look at the when she fought. Who's the tall girl? The one she fought before. The big tall girl, I can't remember her name.
Perkins.
Now, when you looked at
Danielle Perkins, I think.
Danielle Perkins, that Carissa Shields looked tight. She
Sure.
was in shape for that. You can tell her stomach was flat, her legs wasn't as big, her butt wasn't as big. This girl that she fought this past weekend, Carissa knew she was a scrub, so she didn't train hard for it, and her body looked like it. That's why
She
she
got
was
a new
laying on the
man.
ropes. Yeah, that's why she was laying on the ropes, sucking wind. She didn't have the same explosiveness that she had before the Perkins fight because she had was carrying around extra weight. That's why she had to get it off with the sauna suit at the last minute because she carried around extra weight. So that weight affects you. I mean, even if you're a basketball player, you can't even jump as high if you gain 20 or 30 pounds. You can't get off the ground anymore.
No,
But
not even 20. Even just like I said, when I was running, I could gain if muscle, I could put on 5 pounds. I feel it. I feel it until my body gets used to running with that. So that's why I feel like those fighters be moving up, be putting on their weight. I feel like it's a mistake, man. They all say it every time. Wilder putting on all that weight for that Fury fight, that was a
yep,
mistake. Wilder was gassed in that fight.
Andrade,
Charlo,
Andrade, the same
Andrade putting
thing.
on all that weight for that Benavidez fight. She was gassed in that fight. Like, and I'm telling y'all, Terrence Crawford, he didn't even look as fast in the Madrimov fight. He's gonna be even slower and less powerful at 68. And if he's not, y'all, that only confirms the suspicion that everybody have. I don't care
Not,
what
not,
y'all
not
say.
hold on. I'm gonna disagree with the powerful part because one thing about power is how fast you can move that weight. So if you're a heavier person and you can still move it at the same rate or similar to the same rate that you were just at, you're gonna be more powerful because because you're heavier. But you may not have the stamina that you had. You may not have the
But
mobility
you
that
gonna
you had.
go up and be more powerful, Coach Eddie?
Yes, you're putting on weight. Yes, you're gonna be more powerful. Absolutely. You're gonna be able to hit harder because you got that extra weight on you. You're gonna
But
be able to punch. I mean,
Pacquiao,
look at Tyson Fury. When Tyson Fury went up to 280 pounds, he started hitting harder because he put on an extra 30 or 40 pounds, and it transferred to his fist. I mean, a lot of people forget about that. Tyson Fury, when he came in, he was weighing like 240, 235, 240. Then he started weighing 270, 280. That's when all that freaking extra weight came into play. He started laying on people. He started bullying people. He started hitting them harder because he was a bigger guy. So yeah,
He was
if you,
cheating too, Coach Eddie. That's not a good example either.
I mean, I'm saying, but just weight though. I mean, if you putting on 20 pounds, I mean, look at Evander Holyfield when he went up. He was a cruiserweight.
Didn't
He was
Holyfield get
190.
popped for cheating?
Like I say, all of them taking some.
Exactly.
Well, go ahead. I don't want to hold the mic. Go ahead. Somebody else might want
uh,
to
Let
chime
me
in.
ask a question too. I want to say this too. Like, how is it? How can y'all run around and cry if somebody is suspicious of Terrence Crawford? But it's okay for Terrence Crawford to say that he don't got Manny Pacquiao on his list of best fighters because Manny Pacquiao used steroids, even though Manny Pacquiao never tests dirty. Like, I don't be
Yeah.
understanding y'all hypocrisy. Boxing Hacker, what you got for the show?
yeah, what's up, Two Cents? Salute to you. So this whole thing about Terrence Crawford, one thing you have to remember, Terrence Crawford is probably naturally walks around 177, 180, naturally speaking. So it's not like he's like Roy Jones where he's like going past his natural weight. No, he's just probably gonna cut less and probably like put more emphasis on building up muscle. And so it's to say that he's gonna be naturally slower than he normally is, it's hard to say. It depends how he builds the muscle. There is a way you can build muscle and still maintain speed as long as you're not lifting certain ways or if you're doing more calisthenics and stuff like that. That stuff can help build your speed and your muscle. But like for Terrence Crawford, it's not like he's going to like heavyweight. If he was going to heavyweight, you'd be like that. But if he's naturally 170, if he's naturally like 175, 180, that means he's just not cutting as much weight as he used to. So it'll be interesting to see how his body comes in. As far as this whole like snack thing, unless he tests positive, I'm not gonna put it on because you have to remember one thing about fighters. Like they're in train camp for like 6 to 8 hours a day. Like, these guys work very hard. So it's to like unless they've tested positive, it'll be very like I don't know, like it seems bad to just put a jacket on them like that or start making these like claims like, oh, he might be cheating or this and that because then you're just like sort of like pushing away what he's doing in this training camp. We all know Terrence Crawford trains very hard for his fights, and we've always known that he's a very focused fighter. I think people are like just ignoring that part. So it's very possible that Terrence Crawford could look really good at 168, and he may still be clean. It's not impossible. And this realm of possibility to say that, oh, he's older now, he shouldn't be able to build muscle. That's not true. You can always build muscle, especially if you're a fighter, especially if if your body type is one of those body types that's normally muscular. You can always build more muscle. It's definitely not impossible. As far as the whole snack 365 thing, you know where I stand on that. 365 testing is not a hoax. It's never been a hoax. Nothing Mark Goodman said that means that it's hoax. If people have problems finding on the website, you can tweet to them and ask them directly, and they'll probably tell you how to do it. But nothing. They have never shown something to be a hoax. I have not seen any evidence that it's a hoax. If somebody signed up to it, I don't see how it could be a hoax. Like, why would they claim it to be a hoax anyway? It doesn't make any sense. What do they gain from that? But that's why I stand on that. Like, I don't think Terrence is cheating. People do get popped dirty for PEDs, but like, unless like a fighter pops dirty, we shouldn't just like try to start trying to throw a jacket on them just because. But yeah, I'll stop right there.
Terrence Crawford did Pacquiao. And this is what I want to say. Well, if it's thousands of boxers and only 3 boxers out of those thousands of boxers, and not even the boxers you work with, will sign up for the program, I could see how somebody could think that that's a hoax. But let me go on. Bradley 68 says, what university and what years you ran at that university? Track field is my favorite sport. 02 to 04, I ran at Texas A&M, and then I turned pro. But Snack Dealer, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Well. I believe I called this about a couple months ago when the fight was officially announced. I was like, the closer we get to the official fight date, the crazy talk will start, taking out, blowing up to where it's about to get to now. Now, it's crazy and amazing. We're focusing on supposedly a suspect, somebody who's suspected of possibly being on PEDs, but completely ignoring the obvious cheat in his camp, who literally had about 6 or 7 fighters pop dirty. I mean, that camp is like it's like they run a fucking steroid cartel.
You can talk about it. Go ahead. Say what you want to say, because you're not about to tell me what to talk about. But go ahead.
I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm saying we are talking. We are talking about saying Bud and Snack. It's just hypocritical and disingenuous to focus on a person who has never been pop dirty, not once ever, but completely ignore the other guy who's clearly pop dirty, whose camp is filled with nothing but steroid cheats. But I knew that I knew it was.
Hold on. Let me say this, because I hate when y'all do this, because I don't even understand. I've already talked about Reynoso, and we talked about him on a few lives. So I don't understand, and now this is what the hot topic and current topic is that a lot of people are talking about. So I don't understand what you mean when you say that, 1, and 2. I don't see how you can say it's disingenuous and hypocritical to be suspect of somebody that is connected to someone that's a known cheater, that can beat tests, that have admitted to beating tests, that say it's easy like taking candy from a baby. So it's disingenuous for me to be suspect of that, but it's not disingenuous of you not to be.
I'm suspect of every goddamn fighter in the sport.
So what the hell are you talking about? NHA, I'm about to kick you off of here, bro. Stop all this virtue signaling shit you doing, man.
Well, I'm just pointing out that, what I'm saying, is like you guys pick and choose who y'all want to focus on.
No, we not. I just
Like,
told
no,
you we
yes, you
talked
do.
about Reynoso. What are you talking about? I'm not talking about him right now because he's not the topic. When he was the topic, we talked about it. Like, I don't get why y'all keep
I'm talking
saying that.
about
That shit sound
Bam
dumb.
Rodriguez, Mario Barrios. When
Time
was the
out.
last
Did
time
y'all hear me? I just talked about Ben Rodriguez right now. Somebody just told me he popped dirty.
you
All this
you asked
came
that
up
in
because
passing?
Bill muddying the waters, putting the jacket on Brian Norman, and I don't really appreciate what Manager Marty did. Also, he just going to look at a man's body and be, I'm highly suspicious that this man's performance may be
He got
enhanced.
pimples.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
You
It's
don't
like
do that, bro. That's bullcrap.
this man, he
He
accused
got
Brian
pimples.
Norman of being
People, no,
suspicious.
time out. People can be suspicious, y'all. Like, I don't understand why people can't be suspicious.
Yeah,
But he doing
So
it
why is
because
he
he want
mad?
clicks. He doing it because he want clicks and views. It's a hot
of
topic.
course.
Devin
Of course.
Haney is Devin Haney's fighting. Bill Haney already muddied the water. Manager Marty wants somebody to come up there and listen to him talk about PEDs, which is fine. He's well educated and
That-
well versed in that topic. But for you to simply say, "Oh, I looked at it," the man may have shaved his chest.
No, let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all
Yeah.
seen
yeah,
it's
that is diabolical.
time out. It's literally a guy on YouTube that goes to other fitness and this and that, and he reviews them and he tells if they're quote unquote natty or not. Like, he literally looks at them and so Manager Marty's not doing nothing that nobody else would be doing. Like, you can look at somebody and be like, you can tell or feel like be suspect of them being on steroids. I don't have a problem with people having suspicions. My problem is people acting like it's not okay for you to be suspicious. Somebody trying to say it's disingenuous and hypocritical to say that when somebody is connected to somebody that's clearly doing that's done and does all of the things that should make you be suspicious. How is that?
But sometimes it's hate.
Hypocritical. No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all focus on one fighter.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
we don't.
95% of the content.
Sometimes it's hate.
95% of y'all content when it comes to snack is.
Listen, shout out to Big Dog Willie, Big Dub in the building. Let me say this because y'all not gonna keep
salute Nickel Slick.
When stuff come up, we talk about it. The only time y'all pay attention is when we talking about the fighters y'all Johnson bouncing. That's what the issue is. Big Dog Willie, what you got for the show?
Yeah, I don't appreciate Manager Marty saying that Hulk Hogan was on steroids. I don't like that at all.
Man, if y'all don't stop coming on here crying about
Man,
Manager
Hulk
Marty,
Hogan admitted he was on steroids. What are you talking about, man?
No, he didn't.
Yes, he
No, he
did.
He never admitted that. No, he did not.
Oh,
He
man,
did
he
not
trolling,
admit that he
bro.
was on steroids.
He trolling.
Hulk Hogan was never on steroids. He's clean athlete, one of the cleanest athletes at all time. Stop it.
No,
I know you
Neither
don't.
was
Really,
Macho Man.
you trolling right now. I know you don't. I know you didn't try to be funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious.
Are you being serious that Hulk Hogan is
He can't be
the cleanest athlete ever?
Can't
Are you
be
serious?
One of them, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right then.
He trolling.
I know.
I don't think it's funny at all.
What else you got, Big Dog Willie?
No, I do agree with like saying putting jackets on people. I mean, I know you guys said it's your opinion suspicious, but this is a sport where using PEDs and saying somebody's on PED is like it can carry, and people get upset when you say no. Listen. I know you can say so, but it's the truth. It carries. And just because somebody's with a certain product, if they can be using product and have it on their shorts, boxers already don't get paid nothing anyway. So what's wrong with just wearing the snack thing on their shorts? I don't care about all
Nothing's
that.
wrong with that.
Well, if you people have it on their shorts and everybody you have it on your shorts and you're using, that's like just throwing that in there.
Nobody said that.
Big Dog Willie, nobody said that. We've clearly see this is what y'all doing. Y'all obviously don't be listening. We've clearly distinguished that working with Victor and taking snack products is two completely different things. Wearing the patch and being the sponsorship is two completely different things. Victor has said it himself out of his own mouth. If I don't take your blood, we do not have a working relationship. You're just taking the generic snack products.
So how do we know who's taking what? Oh, we just assuming.
He's literally came out and tell you who he works with.
Yeah, he works with all these fighters.
Yeah, he not come out and say he took Terrence blood?
How do we know he didn't take Mario's? He didn't take Boots. He did work with Boots one fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Boots already
he said Boots was just taking the products. He never got Boots.
No, He said he worked with him for one fight.
He said
He didn't mention about not
never
taking
No,
blood.
hey,
Boots
hold up.
blood.
I'm
He said
gonna
Boots.
clear this one up.
And the fact that he worked with Boots one fight. What's
I
your
can
point?
clear that one up. Yo,
That's
hold
what I'm
on,
saying.
yo,
Y'all just keep
but
deflecting.
I'm gonna
Like
clear
I
this
don't
one up
understand.
because I talked about this with Dean before, right? That's one of me and Dean's first debates about a year or two ago. Boots worked with Conti, but that was strictly a sponsorship. That was just for money. He sent Boots product, but Boots never sent him back his blood. Boots did wear his trunks. I mean his logo on the trunks, but it wasn't a guarantee that Boots took the products that Victor actually sent. But you got to understand, Vic sent out the one that's already online. He never sent out anything specific for Boots because Boots never gave him back his blood. And Victor already said, in order for me to really work with you, I have to have your blood to see what's already there, see what I can improve on.
Okay, who said this though? Did you got this?
Victor said that.
Victor said that. Victor said that because I pressed Victor back. I pressed Victor back then when he said it because he first had said it on what's it called? True Media. He was on True Media at first to talk about Boots. And that was in the beginning of the True Media interview. Then about a week or two later, he went over to manager Mari, and I really got clarification on what's up with the Boots thing. Then me and Deem had a whole debate about it, and Deem broke it down for me even more.
See, this is what y'all don't want to do. Y'all,
I must have missed that part.
If y'all could stop bouncing for 1 second, right? Then let's just focus on.
If we're bouncing, then everybody else is hating. Then 2 cents.
Hold on, let me talk, bro. What you
Talking like a true bouncer.
What is Victor doing differently that he wasn't doing with Balco? He's taking the fighter's blood. He's working with athletes. He's giving them supplements. Can you name me a athlete that he worked with before he got caught cheating that he didn't cheat with and they got exceptional results?
Before he got caught cheating?
He said he has a hall of shame in his office of all the athletes he's ever worked with. Call it the Hall of Shame. Which one of those athletes he didn't cheat with?
We don't know. We just know what happened after, 2 cents. Well, and we're talking about boxing. We're not talking about other sports, right?
Bro,
did he get caught cheating with Shane Mosley? Did he get caught cheating with Shane Mosley?
No, Shane
Mosley just said the other day on Blue Blood's channel that he was cheating with Victor and he never popped dirty. He never popped dirty. Clearly cheating. Never popped dirty. So if you want to go with he never popped dirty, so I'm not going to be suspicious, cool. I'm going to be suspicious because of who you connected and working with. I don't know why that's so hard for y'all to understand.
So when did Shane pop dirty?
Hold up, Shane signed a deposition saying he did, but he signed a deposition saying that whatchamacallit wasn't part of it. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah. He said Victor wasn't part. He was working with
he was working, but he said Victor wasn't part of him popping dirty. He signed something about that. Victor wasn't part of that situation. People want to put down Victor, but what?
Boxing, I just heard the man say himself the other day. You always trying to tell other people what they mean. Like, stop it, bro. The man just said it last week.
He also said he got tested by VADA during the Floyd fight when he clearly didn't. So we're going to listen to Punch Drunk, everything Punch Drunk Mosley says now?
I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Jay Henderson.
No, he said he said he got tested by VADA during he was criticizing how to test the protocol when he fought Floyd. He said, they took way too much blood from me, blah blah this and that. Basically saying that that VADA was working for Floyd, and trying to weaken him by taking too much blood. But clearly he was fucked up because that was USADA that tested him.
One thing about Floyd is pop. He tested his testosterone through the roof. Yep. And the reason why he got away with it because he had a friggin' exemption sign saying that he needed testosterone shots. So he had a therapeutic or medical exemption. And like at the end of the day, goddamn Floyd tested. I ain't gonna say positive, but his testosterone was not at normal levels. It was through the roof.
No,
the therapeutic use exemptions. That's the same thing Victor be doing.
Yeah, he had the
That's
AJ
what I'm saying.
exemption.
These people.
My thing about
hold on, Jay Henderson. What you got for the show?
Man, I'm just really. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm just really on the. I mean, I'm on the same page with you with the Vada stuff. Once a cheater, always a cheater in my book. I don't really. I'm good with the second chances. I get it. But when I'm an ex athlete myself, and I'm trying to get myself back into shape. I'm 44 years old. It's hell trying to get this muscle back on. I don't care what you're taking, what you're doing, how much of this stuff you're actually active in. I work out about 5 hours a day. I do cardio, strength training, trying to get that muscle back on. It's difficult as hell. You're gonna need help. I don't care what anybody says about Terrence. I don't care. Terrence is getting help. Now, whether the help is legal or illegal, I don't know about that. But if you're dealing with somebody who knows how to fudge test and who knows how to get around certain protocols, things of that nature, yeah, bro, he's getting help. And he's more than likely he's getting illegal help that is passing off as legal. As far as the 365 testing, yeah, I do believe it's a hoax. We went through the website. I just went through it again. There's no way to sign up for it through the website. So unless you're doing it, unless you're reaching out to Vada themselves and saying, hey, sign me up, there isn't a way. There's no form for it. There's no documentation for it at all. So if anyone knows for sure that their person signed up for 365 testing, hey, send me the link, man. I want to take a look at it.
And my question is, who gets the results for the 365 testing? Where do the results go to? Who gets them?
Yeah, who's working this?
And then if you do pop dirty, what's the punishment? What happens?
You're suspended.
By who?
You get suspended.
By
But
who?
you could pop dirty. They can sweep it under the rug too.
The same people that suspended Ryan's ass.
Yeah, if you
But
pop dirty, then you might not get your
dirty,
fight.
He popped dirty during competition. What is the consequence if you pop dirty out of competition?
You might get suspended.
You
You might not
can't
get your fight.
By who?
Guess what? 2 cents.
By the organization that you're gonna be competing.
There's nothing on the site about that either. There's nothing on the site about if you get popped during out of competition testing. There's nothing on the site about that either. So to say they have these things, there's nothing on the site about what happens if you get popped.
It don't matter.
Testing.
It do matter.
It definitely matters.
You know what I came to grips with? That site is finished.
That old boy that was supposed to fight Boo Boo pop out of competition. He got suspended.
Because there's things that's supposed to be on that site that's not.
He did not get suspended. He did not get suspended. They didn't do nothing.
You talking about Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
he got suspended.
Well, I know they canceled the fight. I know they canceled that fight because they were supposed to fight each other and they canceled that fight.
He didn't get suspended though. Who's going to suspend him? What commission? Who gonna suspend him? The commission only dealing with you when you in competition.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like, let's say you have a fight coming up. If you're testing positive, you're not gonna be able to fight.
But what's the consequence besides you not being able to fight?
I mean, it depends what's on that agreement.
So do you think that promoters and managers hold on, time out. Do you think that promoters and managers want to test people out of competition to pop them dirty so they won't be able to fight and make money? That don't make no sense.
But this is how you clean up the sport though. So here's the thing,
like results, boxing hacker.
But here's the thing: if people, like I keep saying, if people are worried about Conti beating the test, the way fighters beat tests is literally by cycling, right? So if you have something like 365 in place, it's hard. It's almost
nobody's
it's
using
very hard
it,
to beat the test.
And boxing hacker, who's policing the police? Who's policing them?
Oh, so I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, who's policing the police? Who's policing VADA? Let's say VADA does pop.
Who's policing VADA?
Yeah, you sound like you don't understand what I mean.
Why?
If they come out with the test and say you're dirty, who's policing that?
You can police them.
The one doing the test.
According to the FTC.
Why don't you just do your own test? Like I feel like Brian Norman needs to actually do.
Why don't you do your own test?
I wouldn't even trust VADA.
Do your own test. How you do your own test?
No, but we
go to Walgreens.
Hold on.
You go to Walgreens and I need a drug test.
Listen.
When you give your blood test to LabCorp, the hospital's testing you, right? You're not asking who's policing the hospital.
I'm talking. We cannot get past who gets the results of the 365 testing and who puts out the punishment. What happens?
Yeah, so we don't know verbatim what happened.
Out of competition. Why don't we, boxing hacker? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why
don't we? Why is everything? No, you're not gonna keep talking over me, bro. God, leave. Why do we not know this information? This is what I'm telling you, right? Y'all ever do like MLM stuff and like those type of things? I'm a salesman, so I've been involved in MLM before, right? If I sit down with somebody trying to pitch a MLM to me, I tell them, show me the fastest way I can make $1,000. If it's confusing and they can't explain it in like a minute or two, I'm not fooling with that. So you telling me about some 365 testing and it's this confusing and you can't explain it in a minute or two, I have a problem with that. It's a red flag to me. You're talking about 365 testing. Okay, cool. So I got to let you know my whereabouts every single day from 6 to 11 p.m. I got to let you know where I'm at every single day from 6 to 11 p.m. for the 365 testing. Okay, cool. If somebody pops doing the 365 testing, first of all, where are the results going to? Who's getting the results? Who's analyzing them? Who's going to put out the punishment if I do pop dirty? And if I do pop dirty, what is the punishment? What's going to happen to me? Because
Right.
I'm out of competition. It's not going to no commission or nothing like that. And then on top of all of that, why is Devin Haney the only person signed up for this?
At 2 Cent, the thing about that, like like the British Board of Commissions, that's where all the fighters that test positive over there in New England and across the pond, when they pop dirt, it goes to their commission, the British Board of Commission. In the United States, we don't have that. We have individual commissions for the states. So if you don't have a fight coming up, I mean, who, like you said, where do the results go? There's no national board of commissions that oversees the United States. I don't believe. I could be wrong.
It's not. That's what I'm telling you. Where are the results going? That's why he's saying they don't do out of competition testing. The program is okay because if so you're telling me this is what it sounds like to me. Devin Haney on Brian Norman. Somebody got a mute. They sneezing or blowing their nose or something. So Brian Norman Bill Haney wants Brian Norman to do out of competition testing so he can get the results. So Victor can get the results. Like why? Like who's going to get these results? Like why are we doing this?
Do you mind if I respond real quick?
Go ahead.
So it's the same thing like when they were doing Olympic style testing, right? You asked the same question there, like who gets the Olympic style testing result? It's all dependent, you know. So
the
like
Olympics has a regulatory body that governs everything.
When Floyd and Pacquiao wanted to fight, Floyd requested Olympic style testing, right? Right. So that means that Pacquiao will be getting tested even way before their fight day will actually happen. Who will get the test results? It's the same thing. It depends on circumstance. Like if you have a fight coming up and you're on 365 testing,
who gets the results?
You're
Boxing.
just
it's all dependent. So it's all dependent.
On
Of course,
who?
Vada's gonna get the results. Now Vada's the one who's gonna get the results, and then
but
they're
what
the
is
one.
Vada gonna do? They don't put out no
And that
punishment.
they're going to make it public that you tested positive. Now, what happens after that is depending. It's all dependent on your
So what
circumstance.
good is it?
So if you have a fight coming up, your fight may get canceled, but postponed. The fire is supposed to fight will say, "Hey, this guy popped dirty. I can't fight."
And Boxing Hacker,
so,
do you think that's something that people are going to promote and push, risking a fight getting canceled and losing out on all that money? That's why Devin Haney the only person signed up for it, because nobody wants this shit for real.
Yeah, but but here's the other side to that story, right? Yeah, promoters might not want it, but then you're cleaning up the sport. You see what I'm saying? Like,
no,
and that's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't want to clean up the sport, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but that's what it's trying to do. That's why people
that's
promote
not
it.
what
Like
they're trying to do.
They're 365 testing.
This is about
control. It's literally about cleaning up the sport. Yes, because if you have 365 testing, you can't cycle. How you beat testing is by cycling. It's about knowing, like, sort of guesstimating when your dates are going to be, cycling on off stuff. But if you have 365 testing, it's impossible to know when they're coming. You know, so like that's how you beat. So like, yes, promoters might not want it, but at the same time, some promoters might be like okay with it because at the end of the day, it looks good on them. They say, hey, our fires are clean. We're gonna make sure our fires are clean if they're on 365. You know, of course, 365 testing also costs more money because you have to also find a way to pay for testing out of competition and in competition, you know. But
this isn't about that. This is about control. This is about control, bro.
Control.
Plain and simple.
Control. How you control somebody by making them take a PED
okay,
test?
Every time Bill Haney screams it out, he says, "Go take the test. Go take the test. Take the test."
Yeah,
bro. If you're out of competition testing, David Morrell just fought a guy who tested positive out of competition,
and
he still fought.
He complained about somebody not testing. Yeah.
Okay, so think about it, bro. He still got to fight. He still fought. He still got paid. He still made money.
Yeah.
So there's no benefit. There's nothing beneficial with that.
You're making sure that both people
Yo,
are on even playing field. One, that's beneficial. I
Nah,
understand the
man,
control.
crap.
What are you controlling?
It's crap.
I'm not controlling when you're taking
Bill
tests. I'm just
Haney
saying, hey,
literally
we're
has
testing.
Victor Conti working for him, and Victor Conti knows how to fudge a test. That's not
He
control.
knows how to do what?
He knows how to fudge the test. He knows how to
You
get
just keep
around it.
moving the
Yeah, the way
goalposts.
you do it is by
So there's no
cycling. I just
control
said
there
that.
at all.
That's how anybody beats the test is by
Okay,
cycling.
boxing
If
hat,
you have
bro. Look,
365 testing,
you're
it's
giving
hard to do that.
just filler words. You're just giving filler and banter, but you're not coming up with anything.
Filler words, cycling on and off
hey,
PEDs, microdosing. Those are ways you beat a test. I don't understand what you
I
mean.
mean, we understand that, but
But
once
if you
again,
have 365 testing, that
once
beats
again,
that.
where's the end game here? What are you trying to accomplish? Because
You're
these guys are
trying
still
to you're
fighting.
trying to make sure
They're
everything's
still
level.
fighting.
That's what you're trying to do.
Devin's putting
That's
on
the end game.
25 pounds overnight, man.
hey,
They're still
yo, can
fighting.
y'all hear
Who's
me?
putting on
They're
25
still
pounds
cheating.
of water weight or muscle?
There you go with that shit.
No, you have to clarify because nobody put
So you're
25
telling
pounds of
me,
muscle
so someone
overnight.
can put on
There's not
25 pounds of
one
water
fighter in
in
history
24 hours.
that put 25 pounds of muscle
You
overnight.
can
Not one.
your body can handle 25 pounds of water in 24 hours.
You can,
No,
no,
you can't,
Medically,
the
bro.
reason why
That's
you
impossible.
rehydrate when you
medically, you
dehydrate,
can
it
do
takes
that.
No,
a
it not.
lot of water
It
weight to
is
begin with.
possible. The UFC
It's
fighters
very
do it all the
possible.
time. What are
Yes.
you talking
Oh my
about, man?
gosh.
It's
Yeah,
very
like
possible.
it's
Ain't no,
super
oh my
possible.
God. It's true,
Everybody in
brother.
combat sports knows that. That's elementary. You dehydrate yourself when you cut weight, so your body's gonna
All
naturally
right.
want to grab all the nutrients naturally.
What's your solution, Jay Henderson? What's your solution to the problem? Because you just keep
Honestly,
So
saying
I
this
don't
don't work, this is not going to
it's
work, this sucks,
impossible.
this sucks.
To
It's
hate to hate,
impossible
yeah.
honestly,
to gain 25 pounds of pure muscle overnight, bro.
No,
You can't get
nobody's ever
muscle
done that in the
that
history of boxing ever.
It
honestly,
ain't
I don't
muscle. It's
have a
water. It's
problem
water
they
weight.
It's
try
dehydrating.
to
water
It's
weight,
it's water
yes, because
weight.
they cut
But I
yeah,
they
know
took
what
water
out
this
all
weight,
the
is.
yeah,
water.
but they try to say it was muscle though, 25 pounds
Nah,
of
that's not, man.
muscle.
That's
And
just some
I
But
elementary
even
you,
stuff
heard
that people
12
pushing.
hours, man, which is diabolical.
Now,
Because
what happens is when you
bro,
dehydrate, you take all the water out of your muscles. The bodybuilders do the same thing. They taking all the water out of their muscles and makes them look cut. So boxers, they just doing the same thing bodybuilders doing, but they just rehydrate so all the water goes back into their
Go back
muscles.
into it. Yeah,
yeah.
you cut a
And
lot
Devin
of weight.
Haney, when
Sometimes you cut a lot of weight just in one
they
week
asked
as a
Devin
boxer.
Haney how did he rehydrate, what is it? And he said water. And they laughed at
anybody
it
on
and
here a
said
doctor,
that it
medical
was
professional?
muscle,
Any
which is
medical
diabolical.
professionals online?
Yeah. I remember what's his name tried to say that. Mr.
Can we like
Manager
verify
Marty
that
tried to
through
say,
medical
damn,
professionals?
he put on 25 pounds of muscle. I was like, how is that possible? He was like, oh, I'm just kidding. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yo,
Come
but
on, man.
before we go to that,
Hey, how you
I
duck the
wanna
smoke
address
yesterday?
this
You can't keep
uh
mentioning Marty, bro. You ducked the smoke
24/7
yesterday.
testing real quick, y'all.
Huh?
Okay, yeah. I don't think y'all listening to what y'all saying, man, because y'all asked y'all asked what's the penalty? What happens to you if you test positive? You say you get suspended. And then they're saying, okay, well, when you're not in competition and you test positive, what happens? Well, it gets announced publicly. And then you say,
Yep.
so then what's the ramification of that? You say, well, you're not going to be able to get a fight. And but what else? But that's the same thing as if you're in competition, you don't get the fight, you get suspended. It's the same
Okay, but
situation.
it's
You're going
out
to
of
get the same
competition.
punishment. So what you saying, that punishment is not good enough? Because it's exactly the same
But
thing,
it's
getting
out of
suspended
competition.
and
What if
not
they're
being
not
able to
even? What if they don't
get in
have
a
a fight
fight.
schedule?
In both situations, you just can't fight.
What if there's no fight schedule? What if there's no fight schedule for the person? It's out of competition.
You're
Yeah, but
suspended, I
it's still
guess.
gonna look
He's
bad because
still using drugs.
let's say you want to fight later on in the year
Bro,
and you already
everybody's
tested
using
positive. People
drugs.
are
He
gonna be
said,
like,
what
no.
about it?
Yeah, they're
Everybody's
gonna be
using
like, no,
drugs.
like they're
No,
Ain't
gonna
no,
say
nobody
you
was
when
you
like,
you
man, he
can't
don't
listen,
care if
choose.
you use drugs or
no,
not.
hold on,
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm not
listen.
can't
saying
When
I
you
don't
can't
care.
be
What I'm
when
in
you
saying
boxing
when
is
you pop
and be
this isn't
popping
the
pills
answer, bro. It's not.
three
hold on,
competition.
y'all,
No,
everybody
like they're gonna
talking.
say no.
When you pop dirty, yo, and you get suspended or a fight is taken away or whatever, usually the person has to test clean before they can fight again. So you're saying, they're drugging. They're not going to be able to keep drugging and get a fight because you're going to have to test negative in your next test. So I hear a lot of air in the background, y'all.
Is that 2 cents? She done disappeared.
Now the thing that I was saying about yo, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the thing that I was saying about the 365 24/7 testing, uh, why do people want it to be a hoax or not be true? Like what are we doing? We're
We're
calling
not
all
gonna
these
do
people
that. We're
liars.
not gonna do that.
We're,
We're not.
we're calling.
Who said
I'm
people
asked.
don't want it to be true? Like, why do y'all do that? I don't understand why y'all do that.
Well,
When
why?
nobody
Well,
said we
people are
don't want
saying.
it to be true. We're just looking at the evidence presented in front of us, and it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand why we
Okay,
can't do that.
Hey,
okay. Well, let
can I
me
say
say.
something real
Okay,
quick?
let me say.
You know,
Hold on.
I'm
Let
Some
me
just
say.
people
saying.
out
Let me
here
say
said
this.
it's
Let
a
me say it
hoax.
this way. Then hold on. Then okay. So y'all saying it's a hoax when all the evidence is pointing to it not being a hoax. You got fighters saying that they was in it, but these
What
fighters.
fight?
Oh, he lied. Canelo lied. Oh, Nonito Donaire lied. Devin Haney lied. You know, everybody who's talking about 365 testing lied.
All
It's a
the
hoax.
evidence
It
is
don't
not pointing
exist. Like
towards
Time
this
out,
is
time
any
out.
this is
I
kind of
never
not.
said
evidence.
time out. I
And,
never
and,
said
the, and the
anybody
reason
lied. Hold
hold
on,
on.
fly frequency. No,
I
because
didn't
I
say
gotta stop
you.
you.
I'm not
No,
saying. Go ahead.
listen. I gotta stop you because you're on my platform saying this, and I'm talking about it. I'm not
Go ahead.
saying anybody lied. I'm asking questions, right? We're not gonna start going to the emotional shit. What I'm asking is, what do the results? Who gets the results for the 365 testings? Where do those results go? And if you do test positive, what happens? Who suspends you? Who punishes
So
you? That's what I'm
so
asking.
you
We're
so
not
you
gonna go there.
backtracking it now because I did hear you say that it's a hoax and it's not real. So you're not saying that now?
Let's not play some
You
man. Just
said
answer the question, brother. You making a whole lot harder than it is, man. You see, where do the results go? That's all it is.
Well,
Does
the
it?
He
result,
don't know either.
the
He don't
result,
know.
The
come on,
results go to
whenever
VAR,
you,
guys.
Nobody
That's
come
how
on,
knows.
it
whenever,
goes.
hold on, y'all asked me a question and y'all won't let me answer it.
Go ahead,
So you're
frequently. My
saying,
bad.
where do the results go when people test positive? The results don't go nowhere. It just get announced that the person tested positive. So I don't
indeed,
understand what y'all trying to say. What y'all trying to
Well,
do?
that's
Why would
untrue
it be a hoax?
because they have the British Board of Council. It goes to the British Board of Council
or
when
it
they get
goes to the
popped.
commission with whoever you fighting with.
When
So
they
it's
But
pop
not
dirty
no,
in England, they pop dirty. It goes to the British
Okay.
Board of Council.
bro, y'all not talking about in competition
So can I
testing.
jump
Y'all
in
talking
now?
about out of competition testing. That's what I
exactly.
thought.
Yes, we are.
Yo, two
Yeah.
cents.
So
Can you
why
hear
y'all
me?
telling me it goes to this
Testing
person?
one,
It
two,
don't go
three.
to no. It's announced publicly that you
And
pop
then
dirty,
what? And then what?
Yo, is my
and
mic
then
It
working? I'm
depends on the
driving.
sanctioning bodies.
then
Like,
you
depends
won't
how
be
they
able
want
to
to
get
handle
a
that
fight.
case.
Anybody hear
Then you
Tony
won't be able to get a fight.
Anybody
Sanctioning
hear me?
bodies know that you pop dirty,
Testing one,
and
two,
so they
three.
won't
It
sanction fights.
depends.
So
In
hold on,
boxing, you
time
can't
out.
just be
So
taking
time out.
PEDs
Hold on,
off
boxing
season.
hacker, boxing hacker. So if you test, so you're telling me if you test dirty,
Damn.
sanctioning bodies won't give you a fight? That's not true.
Testing one, two,
That's very
three. Can
possible. Yeah, of
anybody
That's
hear
not
course, that's very
me?
true.
Testing
possible.
one,
That
two,
is
How do you
not
know
three.
it's not
true.
true, Tucson? Tell me a
How
case where it
many
wasn't
fighters
true.
have that's not true? How many fighters have tested dirty and still got a fight?
Right. So, like I said, it's case by case. It depends.
That's what I'm
There are
saying.
fighters who test
You
positive and
get
don't
Wait,
you
get the
get
fight.
hold
punished in
on.
the
The
court
fighter
of
tests
public
positive and
opinion.
the fight
Is
gets
that not
canceled.
enough?
It's
Wait,
all
hold
case
on.
by case.
Hold on, y'all.
The court of public opinion
Y'all
will
gonna
punish
speed.
you.
Why y'all trying to speed past that part right there? So it's a bunch of fighters that's testing positive that's still getting the fight. I don't know why. What she just asked? How many
Name a
fights?
fighter that tested positive and didn't get another fight.
I
No, I
mean,
mean their fight would get canceled
after you
though.
test again and you test positive, I mean, you test negative, you can get a fight. It's not for life that you just. It's a
But you still
time
gonna get the
period.
scar. You gonna get the scarlet letter. You a fucking drug cheat.
Really?
Not that I care, but
Because Ryan Garcia tested positive and then headlined
and
the
that
card.
motherfucker's a drug cheat. He's got
Yep.
that he got that
He
jam
got
for the rest of his
suspended, right?
life.
He
Can
He got
came
anybody
back
hear
and
suspended
me?
the rest of
Can
his
anybody
headlined
hear
a
life.
me?
car.
Hello, hello,
He
hello,
came back
hello.
and headlined a car for a
All right,
He
champion.
got
let me try to
suspended.
get
He
back.
came back
Who?
and had
What?
a champion. Hold on. He came back and had a championship fight. What the hell are y'all talking about?
What it's
Rich,
Who?
supposed to do? Because
So did
Rich.
Roy Jones.
Hold on, Rich. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Rich.
Rich, you on mute.
Ray Davis, there is no commission regulating the fight out of competition though. Rich, what's your 2 cents? You there? Tony,
All
what's
right.
your 2 cents? What you got?
what's supposed to
Can
happen
you
with
hear
the?
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear
All
you.
right, good. My mic wasn't working earlier. I'm driving. So a bunch of things. I'm gonna try to run through this super fast because I'm driving. One, Ryan Garcia was suspended for testing dirty. the results didn't come in until after the fight because the one that he failed was the night of the fight and right before the fight. So there wasn't enough time to get the results back. But he did get suspended once the results came back. Two, Billy Joe Saunders, who I brought up last time I was here, was most definitely not allowed to get licensed to fight in America. Now, in the UCAD, who runs the British one, who the British Border Control go through, the reason why he was still allowed to fight in England is because the substance that he got caught for out of competition is illegal in America, but legal in England. So he was in a gray area to where he was not allowed to get a license here, but he was still allowed to fight in England because they accepted. So that's why he was still allowed to fight. But then you have fighters like Povetkin who got caught, and now they've had like several fights erased and not allowed to fight again. So here's the thing that happens. When you take a drug test, multiple people are notified. One, your promoter's notified. Two, the sanctioning body that you fight for is notified, whether you're in or out of competition. Three, the commission that you're got your license through is also notified. So the thing with America is there's a standard that they follow, but every state has a different athletic commission. That's why you hear the Nevada state, the California state, the Georgia state, the New York state. They're all their own entities because our states are so big that they're self-governed, but they do have guidelines that they follow nationally. It's just that they're their own entity. Those are the ones who decide whether they can suspend you or not suspend you. In the case of Billy Joe Sanders, I think it was like was it Michigan? It was like Michigan or Massachusetts. One of them states is who the fight was through. They denied him to be able to fight. So in a sense, he was not allowed to get a license, which is the same as being suspended. Suspended is they take your license from you. If you apply for a license and they deny you, it's no difference. So there's definitely repercussions to being caught out of competition on PEDs.
LaMarcus says, damn, the question is who tested positive when they are not scheduled to fight? All these
He
answers
just
are fighters who had a
I
fight.
already answered that.
he
I
just
answered
answered
that.
that literally.
I answered that. But what I was
So,
going to say here is the last thing I was going to say, and I know I'm being very long-winded, but it was because I'm driving. Yo, what is that noise? I sound like
Rich,
a
you got to
kitchen.
mute, Rich. Go ahead.
Okay, the last thing I was going to say is to whoever said that you can't gain 20 to 25 pounds by fighting night, yes, you can. I used to do it all the time whenever I cut weight. All you do is you get in a sauna, you dehydrate the fuck out of yourself, and then you just drink a bunch of water and you're right back up. You can lose
No,
30
Tony,
That's not how that
they
pounds.
works,
said
Tony.
pure
That is
muscle though,
not how that works.
Tony. They talking about you can get
Liar, stop.
25
No,
pounds
boy,
of pure
stop it,
muscle.
boy. You know,
Stop,
my
liar.
manager Marty fucked up and said that. Nobody on this panel said that.
No,
Stop
he
it.
ain't messed up and said that. He was dead
Manager
serious.
I
Marty
don't
He was
not
care
up
dead
if he
here,
is
though.
serious.
serious
He not on here
Listen,
though.
listen.
because
Manager
So
Marty
get
not
out of
up
your
here.
feelings
Y'all
with that
stop
shit.
So,
that shit, bro. Go ahead,
we
and for
Tony.
weren't.
non
I
do the
was up there
same shit
yesterday. It was talking
too.
about me.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
get out of
Tony.
y'all feelings with them dudes. Neither one of them on this panel.
Well, but
Sound like
you
you
could
in this
definitely
field.
put back on. Like most fighters put on anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds of water weight by the time they get into the ring. But you have other people like myself, I've done it. And it was funny because I was arguing with a dude from like New Zealand. He was calling me a liar, saying that you couldn't do that. You can't gain 20 to 25 pounds. Then the very next day, it was released that Devin Haney put on 20 to 25 pounds for the Regis Prograis fight. And I just thought the timing was hilarious that he was calling me a liar, saying that it couldn't be done. But the more
So that's
muscle bound
healthy
you
for you to
are,
do,
hold
like
hold on, hold on, hold
5
on,
and 10 times.
hold on one second. The more muscle bound you are, meaning the less fat you carry, the easier it is to lose a lot of water weight because your muscle is 75 to 80% water. So fighters who are more muscular can lose a lot more weight before a fight within a 24-hour time span. It's a lot easier. Now, if you're one of them soft fighters or you're fatter, it gets harder for you to do it because you don't have as much fluid to pull out of your body easily. But like I said, by fight night, I'd be anywhere from 20 to 25 pounds heavier. And I did it every time. And it is what it is. All boxers do it. So yeah, I don't know about gaining muscle. That's impossible, but you could definitely rehydrate 20, 25 pounds.
I just want somebody
So,
to,
Tony, did you
I
did
want
you
You were
hear
doing
somebody
that
to
in
did you
the
hear
you were
what
doing that in
Mr.
the
hold on.
amateurs,
Anderson
putting
said
on
about
20
that
pounds in
though?
the amateurs.
Yes.
Tony, did you
How
hear?
much?
Did you
Hold on,
hear
Wow,
what
Tony.
that's
Richardson
crazy.
Tony, hold
Hitchens
on,
said
time
when
out.
they
Coach
Don't
asked
you
him
Eddie.
weigh
about
in
that?
8
same
years,
day
bro.
for
I
Coach
never
Eddie.
amateurs?
did that.
Don't you weigh in
Coach
same day
Eddie.
for amateurs?
Um, no, not always. Um, so whenever I
My
fought with
boys
my
weigh in the
gym.
same day. My boys weigh in
No,
the
I
you
was
same
about
day.
to
don't.
say
No,
no.
Oh,
We
wait
no,
a
did
hold on,
minute.
same.
hold on, hold on, hold
We
on,
did
two
same
cents.
day
Don't
in
put out
Louisiana.
misinformation. Don't put out misinformation. If you do tournaments like
Wait,
Golden Glove,
time out. I said my boys weigh in the same day, and you told me don't put out misinformation.
well, you said all amateurs do.
No, I
That's
said
not
my
true.
boys
She said
weigh
her
in the
boys.
same day.
Oh, I misunderstood you. So you have some people who do same day weigh-ins. You have tournaments like Golden Gloves where you'll do same day weigh-ins. However, you also have day before weigh-ins. Also, in the amateurs, you can fight for 3 minutes or 2 minutes. So
You
there's
also got to
different.
weigh in make the weight every single day in the amateurs. My boys got to do that if they got a tournament. They got to make the weight every day.
Well, that's same day
It,
weigh-in.
but in a club show, you can it's like a 7 or 8 pound spread, depending on how old you are with the weight class.
Yeah. They
So
give
you
you
can
in the shows. They give you 5 to 8 pounds.
But
Tony, I
not
want to
every.
ask.
Hold on. Let me finish. Not every amateur event is same day weigh-in. Some do it the day before.
in the club show, you can get away with that because it's 7 to 9 pound spread a lot of times.
You
You
ain't
can
getting
get,
away with that with no
Tony,
USA boxing because that ain't the
oh
rules.
no, not in a tournament. You got to weigh in every day. You got that's why it doesn't. If you in a tournament, if you putting on 20 pounds every day, it's gonna kill you because you got to make weight every day.
Well, that would be
Yeah,
impossible. That would be impossible to do.
yeah.
Coach
So
Eddie
you
and
got you got
Tony,
to make weight every day.
And let me
So
say this too.
Coach Eddie.
Which is another reason why I'm seeing people could have questions because do we have an example of somebody that did test positive under 365 testing and what happened? Do y'all have an example of that here in the U.S.? And I know boxing board and all that. I'm talking about here in the United States. Do we have an example of
Well,
that?
I'm not sure when
No.
Like
Canelo
only
popped
one
dirty.
other
When
person
Canelo
did it, and
popped
that was
dirty for
Nonito.
Canelo did it too. When Canelo popped dirty for clenbuterol, was he in competition or out? Because I know he did 365 testing for like 2 years
Nah, he was
after
in
he
comp. He
popped
was in
dirty to
comp.
try to. He was in
Yeah, 'cause
competition when.
he was
Yeah.
getting ready for the Triple
He,
G rematch and it
yep. He was
got
getting ready for the.
postponed
Yep.
because he popped
Yep.
dirty.
He got 6 months for that, didn't
So Canelo popped dirty and got another
No,
fight. I don't know why y'all saying the same shit
But
about
he
him.
got
Canelo
suspended
cleared.
too. He got
Canelo
punishment too.
got
To say.
suspended, but Canelo did 365 testing for after that to prove his
Why he
innocence.
not on
I mean, to
the
prove
website?
that he was clean.
Why they ain't throw him on the website?
You gotta ask them.
They probably took
They
him
need to
off the
The,
website
the
afterwards. We
website
don't
might
know if
not
he
be
was
up
on
to
the
date
website at that
as
time.
well.
Y'all know he
If
wasn't on
if
the
you go if you
website.
go to if you go to Bottle's website, they recommend that athletes take absolutely nothing. That's the only way you can actually clean up the sport. If everybody just stop taking stuff, period. Vada said don't take anything. So basically,
That
you're
was
rolling
including
the
stuff,
dice.
right? That would include
Yeah,
Well,
stuff,
yeah,
right?
no,
yes, sir.
because
Vada
before
said
we
they do not endorse any product. They recommend that
Yeah.
all fighters do not take any supplements. That's what
That's
they
smart of
recommend.
them. Stay away from Victor,
Coach
but
Coach
stay
Eddie
with
and
him.
Tony
well,
review,
Yeah.
did y'all
Because
hear
of
all,
what
all I can
liability
say,
as
did y'all hear
well.
Coach
what
Eddie,
Richardson
is that would be the
Richardson
dumbest thing
Hitchens
ever.
said? Did
Hold
y'all
on,
hear what
y'all.
Richardson
Hey,
Hitchens
we
said
coming
when
up
they
on. Hold on, y'all. We're a little bit
go
past
ahead?
the hour mark. If y'all enjoying the pop up live in the show, be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 Cents Boxing or dropping your 2 cents below in the comments. But at the very least, be sure to help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. So y'all let me know y'all enjoying the show. Support the channel. Go ahead, Frequent.
Yeah, I was wanted to ask y'all, did y'all hear what Richardson Hitchens said when they asked him about Devin Haney rehydrating 25 pounds, whatever, at the for the Regis fight? Did y'all hear that?
Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me get this
Richardson
Cash App
Hitchens.
real quick. Shout out to ASO Stan with the $4.99 in the super chat. He says, Hacker is a NASA prodigy, amateur boxer, IT extraordinaire, and now a Vada intellect. Keep fucking with Hacker, you'll end up with a virus, 2 cents. Shout out ASO Stan with the $4.99.
Yeah, at least I ain't claimed 16
Well,
years of experience.
when they
That was a
asked
good one.
Richardson Hitchens about Devin Haney weighing 165 at the night that he fought Regis, Richardson Hitchens said that weigh in the night of the fight, he said nobody takes that serious, and boxers get on that scale with all of their clothes and bags and everything on. He said they don't. even stripped down for those weigh-ins and stuff like that.
So
So
why the
he's
hell are they even
real
doing it?
inaccurate. And I heard Elijah Pierce say the same thing about it. So y'all think they lying? Y'all think that fighters actually stripped down for those whatever, or y'all think
Did
they telling the
Richardson
truth?
say that while him and while they were still like bros though?
No,
Ain't they
he
supposed to be
recently
cool?
said that. He recently said that like last month. Like
Well, it
Yeah,
last
they
month
depends.
in
supposed
the
to be
interview.
Frequent,
cool for that though.
frequent. It depends. So
And he don't
Hold
even
on,
a
rock
hold
lot
with
on.
of
Devin.
Ray Davis, the
hold up.
reason why I said the USA is because the USA doesn't have like a boxing British board of commission. It's different in each state. So it's not like that like in the UK. That's why I said that.
But frequent. It depends. You got to understand. Like Hitchens fights for the IBF, right? He's forced to take the second weigh-in serious because they're gonna weigh you in the day of the fight to make sure you're 10 pounds or under for that belt, or they
Right,
strip you.
right.
Number two, same day weigh-ins used to be very big back in like the 90s, early 2000s. A lot of
Mhm.
places don't even do same day weigh-ins anymore. Like it's not mandatory anymore that they do same day weigh-ins in a lot of different states. Number three, he could be correct. Some may not take it serious and just stand on the scale. Some may strip down. Like it just there's no standard to it anymore. It's not. That's why, like, if you watch like the fights from the '90s, they used to always tell you how much every fighter weighed the weigh-in of the fight, the night of the fight.
Hold on.
They
Let
don't
me
show
say
that no
this.
more.
Ray Davis, you're welcome to click the link and come up here and talk about it if you want to.
Well, I just brought
And
that up because that was what that.
from my understanding, he had listed some supplements that had something or whatever, like whatever he got in trouble for, he had it listed. So I think that's why they handling the situation like that. I don't know, I haven't looked too deep into it, but again, if y'all want to talk about something, y'all welcome to click the link and come up here and talk about it. Like I don't know why y'all keep saying I don't hear nobody talking about it. You welcome to come up here and talk about it. I don't get it.
Well, I just brought that interview up because when it first got brought out, Devin Haney said exactly that he stood on the scale, he had his Timberlands on and a backpack, and people was laughing and talking about he lying and all of that. And I just thought that was kind of crazy that now Richardson Hitchens came out and said that,
But
and him and
frequent,
Devin
but
Haney don't
frequent.
even
This is
rock
my
with each
thing with
other.
that
And I
though,
heard
bro.
Elijah Pierce say that before too in the interview.
But
Yeah, but
frequent. This is my
frequent,
thing with that
frequent.
though.
This is what I would say to that. I would say it could be true, but at the end of the day,
There go the
when you're
link,
talking
Ray.
about
So you
when
can
you're
come
talking
up
about
here and
Devin
talk
Haney as
about
a fighter,
Francisco Rodriguez.
you can clearly see that Devin is way bigger in the ring than he is when he weighs in. Like you can visually see how much weight he puts on. So that may or may not be true. I don't know, but I do know Devin looks at least 15 to 20 pounds bigger by the time he gets in the ring.
Did you think Devin looked big in the Jose Ramirez fight?
He was a lot bigger than
Because he
Ramirez.
didn't look like
No,
a
I don't
welterweight to
think
me.
so. He was huge, man. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think so.
pause,
He
bro.
actually looked
And
better than he
even though
used to.
you
Yeah,
lying,
bro. Pause
pause.
that. Pause that, bro.
What y'all say? Y'all thought he looked big?
Well, y'all don't get
Y'all
I
thought
tired.
he
thought he
Y'all
looked.
don't
looked a
get.
lot
Y'all don't.
bigger.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all don't get tired of that Paul stuff. Like y'all don't get tired of managing gay thoughts all day.
Y'all don't get tired of no Diddy. Y'all wasn't getting tired of that, so
I'm just
The
asking.
same thing.
It's weird to me.
That's weird.
But yeah, he looked a
Hey,
lot bigger than Ramirez to me.
Yeah, you too small. Y'all know how Devin get
Pause.
there.
yo, Nickel Slick.
Yes.
How does my guy look different? Any different from from before he was with Conti and after?
Bro, if I tell you, you're not gonna believe me. Go look up some pictures yourself and come back and let me know.
I follow the guy, so you know what I mean. I'm there with all the fights and all the stuff.
You don't think he look no different? That's cool.
I don't.
Okay. You're
I
entitled to your own
feel like he's
opinion
been
over here.
getting the same results. And I just had I had a dialogue with Marty about this on Instagram yesterday, and I'm just like telling him, what I mean, he brought up the fact how Bud was getting older and stuff like that, and I'm like, throughout all sports, we see them anomaly players or athletes that last longer than the sport, or that father time don't catch up to them as fast. And I bought
Like who?
Oh, okay. Football. We can go to Larry Fitzgerald, Brady, Adrian Peterson. All those
You don't
guys.
think them niggas was on steroids, bro?
No. No, I
That's
do not
crazy.
think Larry Fitzgerald was on steroids. No, I don't think Adrian Peterson was on steroids. No, I don't think Brady. Go to the
Did
NBA.
Brady look like he takes
Didn't
steroids?
Tom Brady break his neck or something?
No. Where you hear that from?
Who was that? Which one of them quarterbacks hurt their neck?
Brett Favre.
Anyway, this is the thing y'all gotta accept, right? All majority of those athletes at the top level, they probably doing steroids. LeBron James then been investigated for doing steroids. Like, it is what it is, y'all.
We ain't
Here's
gonna
what
put
I'm
that on
gonna
the
tell you.
goat. We can't
Here's
put
what
that
I'm
on
gonna
the
tell
goat.
you. So check this out.
Hold on.
You
Let me
have
get the
people.
super chat. Shout out Boxing Hacker with the $10 in the super chat. He says, I got a drop. Salute to you, 2 cents. Nice pop up. Bud on Dev are clean fighters. They just works hard. Don't let these hating content creators spin them narratives. Some of them have their own motive. Shout out Boxing Hacker.
I'm about to hop off too because I'm almost to where I'm driving to. But what I would say about steroids is I don't know why everybody thinks that when you take steroids you're gonna end up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger or be big like I am. That's not the case at all. You have little dudes who you would never believe are on steroids that don't even look like they lift weights, but they still on some form of steroids. Steroids is only gonna make you big if you take enough of it, if your diet is a lot, and if you train to look that way. You're not just gonna magically grow if you're not eating enough. There's fucking male models who do like magazine covers and shit that are little as hell that are on steroids to stay lean. Like it can literally just keep you lean. You don't have to get big with muscles
Or
to
get
be on
power.
roids.
It don't necessarily mean you got power either. And it doesn't mean that just because you take them, you still don't have to work hard. They allow you to work harder and recover faster.
Which is cool.
No, it's not
Yeah,
cool.
you can see guys like
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, Tony. Thanks for
the Rock. The Rock is definitely on something. You know, Sylvester Stallone got on something when he got older because those dudes just got too big. I mean, you look at The Rock when he was wrestling and look at him now, it's a total different person. This dude's like the size of a door right now.
I seen a bodybuilder, he couldn't even walk no more. I think he was like Mr. Olympian 3 times or something, and they showed him now. He was all hunched over. He could barely walk.
Oh, you talking about Ronnie Coleman.
Man, that was crazy. I was like, wow. Like, imagine going from
they destroyed
that
his body.
That. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. And those steroids is dangerous too. Like, when you see people getting a big head or they got those dark shit on their face or the hairline receding. You see how LeBron James can't never keep no fucking hair? I'm telling y'all, it is what it is. These athletes
It's not steroids, it's PEDs. It's 2 different damn things. Stop using that damn blade. There's
Anabolic steroids is not the same as all PEDs. Anabolic steroids.
But then you got human growth hormone also, and now what Lance Armstrong did was something called blood doping, and it gave him stamina. Stamina was through the roof.
EPO.
That definitely could help a fighter if you got great stamina.
Yeah, EPO.
Yeah.
My dad's a bodybuilder, so I know a lot about this stuff. Like, so yeah, it's like I hate when people be like, "Oh, these steroids." No, most of these people not on steroids; they're on PEDs or SARMs, but they ain't on steroids. They on something different.
They on something banned. How about that?
Yeah, sometimes it's not banned. Sometimes it's right in your damn
Sometimes
face.
you get at GNC.
Yeah, you can get a GNC and it could be banned.
Yep.
Like creatine. I got the list for my son and stuff. Like some creatines and stuff like that. You can't give them to him.
But I be confused about creatine. Does it just put on water weight? Like, what does creatine do? Because I be hearing mixed things about creatine.
Creatine is good, but I wouldn't. It's like basically water weight, but it does give you a little bit, help you grow your muscles a little faster.
Yeah, it's a weight gainer.
Yeah, it's a weight gainer. It's pretty much to keep the weight on.
Yeah, some of it is not too good.
What's up?
I actually had some kidney issues from some creatine, but this was back in the early 2000s.
So
that's the 2 molecule creatine.
Yeah, that stuff is it's a little dangerous, but if used improperly, we were kids, we didn't use it right.
Go ahead, Ray.
Good. I was saying, I want to be clear here. I wasn't accusing you or anyone else on this panel. You asked a question about a fighter that tested positive. You didn't say how they tested or anything or what were the results. You said tested positive and got the fight next. So my point was, this guy just got acquitted of testing positive, regardless of his situation. He tested positive, and now he has a fight. It's just current news. So I'm putting that out there because no one had brought that up or said anything about it. Has nothing to do with anybody on this channel. I don't agree.
No. Somebody said that if the sanctioning bodies, because I was asking what happens if you test positive out of competition, and they were saying, well, the sanctioning bodies will be notified and they won't let you get a fight.
No.
And I was saying that I said, so you know how many fighters test positive and still can get a fight? So I don't think we disagreed there. That wasn't me.
I'm gonna tell you, be honest. I tapped in a little late. So what I'm going to say is that yes, I agree with whoever said it, because you do have to report. You said sanctioned bodies or the commission? My bad.
Because I was asking, because if you're not in competition, I don't think what commission do you report it to? Like, because you don't know where your competition going.
Here's the thing with the sanctioning bodies, right? The sanctioning bodies are basically like the record holders. Those are the people, you're in their sanctions. They keep records of everything. So when you do have a fight, no matter where you go, they can pass those records on to the commissions and they can build the fight for you. If you're not allowed to, if they don't have those records, that information gets lost. So the sanctioning bodies always have records. If you're in the sanctions, those records go to the sanctions and to your team, or the opponents also get a copy of the records. So all these things are basically shared information amongst the boxers in the camps, and of course the sanctioning bodies.
Okay, now let me ask you a question right before you go on. Let me stop you right there. So, and let me tell you why I say so.
That's not a question. It's a statement.
No, well, let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I say so, because like the example I gave, Ryan Garcia popped dirty, he got suspended, and then he came back and got a championship fight. He got popped during competition. So my question is, what do you think the results are going to be, or the response is going to be from these sanctioning bodies if you're popping dirty out of competition? Well, when you're in competition, you just get your little suspension to come back and get a championship fight.
Well, I think we had two champions pop dirty out of competition and get suspended throughout. And as they came back, they still got their fights. They just postponed the fights. Oscar Valdez was popped not only in a fight, but prior to a fight. He got cleared on the one he did outside of the fight. Canelo Alvarez, another Eddie Reynoso fighter, got popped outside the fight for heading into the Triple G fight before the competition really got involved. So they have popped outside and still got their fights. They just postponed the fight. I think even what's Big Dog name? Tyson Fury popped dirty out of competition, still was able to fight. I don't listen. I'm not the person that makes these decisions. So asking me these questions is not going to get you the right answer. I'll be honest with you. The person, you need to grab somebody.
I'm not looking for a right answer.
I know. But for educational purposes, we do need to track down these people that are involved or somewhat on these committees and get some answers from them. Because asking questions to me is going to be based on my opinion with some factual evidence that I may have, but I don't have all the answers. So I'm not going to really walk myself into a trap, unfortunately. But there are people out there that may have more answers than some. Coach Eddie, he may know. I mean, you could talk to Mazuma. He's got a whole team, Mazuma TV. He might have some answers to that because he deals with fighters on a daily basis. He is a captain of a team. He owns a gym. His fighters go out there and fight, so he may be able to add something to that. You may talk to somebody maybe in the WBC or things of that nature. They will have more answers than what I can give you. As far as me just giving you the basics of information, that's all I know. I can go research like anybody else can and find out the answers, but that's not my thing to really answer questions to things I don't know.
I have an answer for that question.
I don't know what you're saying, Ray. You're saying a lot. All I'm asking is, I'm just trying to stress a point that even with out of competition testing, we're going through what happens if you pop dirty, and it's like, oh, they'll postpone the fight. Oh, you'll get suspended. So it's like, what? You get what I'm saying? I mean, like, what is the fuss about? Go ahead, Coach Eddie.
That's the thing. Like, you do have a federal ID. You know, as a boxer, you have a federal ID. You also have a license in your state. So I'm just assuming that the results would go to your state commission, and then it's up to the other states whether they're going to honor that suspension. Which 99 times out of 100, if you're in the United States, New York is going to honor a suspension in Georgia or vice versa. But look, you're suspending the state of Georgia, so you can't fight here. If you're suspending in any state, any other commission is not going to allow you to fight in their state, because you're suspended in another state for whatever reason it may be. Maybe you've been knocked out too many times. Maybe you didn't pass a medical, or whatever the case may be. You're going to be suspended. Now, like I say, at the end of the day, it's up to how long the suspension is. And most of these guys, especially big name fighters, they're fighting every 6 months to a year. So a 6 month a year suspension, it's nothing for them because they only fight once a year anyway.
Right.
So it's really not a big deal. It's a paid I'm just a vacation pretty much.
Right. And a perfect example for what Coach Eddie is saying is Connor Ben, who tested positive with the egg and dosage of whatever that drug was. Wasn't clenbuterol rolls, the other one that what's name just got caught on. But that right there is another point of him fighting in the United States, because England wouldn't let him fighting in Saudi Arabia because they wouldn't let him fight, going global to make these fights. That's another reason why a lot of people feel that, what good is it if all these things are not going to be relevant and people are not going to hold the same accountability to these fighters. Now, we can look at it as an approach of, we should be all on the same page. You guys are all sanctioned, because let's take a driver's license, for example. If your driver's license is suspended in Texas, because I know you in Texas, shout out to Texas, you drive out to Missouri, are they going to run your license from Texas and give you a ticket saying, oh, your license is suspended here in Missouri? I don't know, because
they don't work like that. Now you get a license in another state.
I know when if I go to New York, I have my license, even though it's a New Jersey license, I'm not allowed to drive in New York. I do anyway. I'm crazy. But yeah. So in Jersey, they don't see that on my record. They don't stop me and try to turn me into New York. There's no cause for that. But I'm just saying, so it's different things, and that's just a simple thing of, I was a little reckless back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. But those are the simple things.
If you have a suspended license in any state, you get caught in another state, you're gonna get a ticket. And they may lock you up, they may not, but your license, you don't have a license. If your license is suspended, you don't have a license. If I move to Texas or New York, I have to get a New York State license.
Man,
at some point, I'm supposed to, quote unquote, after a certain amount of time, I'm supposed to, get a different license, because I no longer live in this state.
But yeah, my license is suspended in New York, man, and if they catch me, I'm in trouble. So I'm just letting you know. I drive all over. I drive Pennsylvania. I drive all. I've been to Virginia, Tennessee, Florida. I haven't been anywhere. Huh?
You've been pulled over?
I got pulled over. Yeah, man, they don't recognize that. That's state to state.
Keep playing around, they beating.
Nah, they don't care unless you got like a DUI or something.
Yeah, you got something serious, they'll pull you over. But mine was just like a little stupid traffic fine, parking in the wrong spot, and I ain't paid a fine. But yeah, no, they definitely my driver's
nigga crazy.
This boy are you an outlaw, right? Outlaw Dave?
I am. You ain't know that? Come on now.
Hey, did y'all hear that Boca Chica pop last year? From last year?
Who was Boca Chica?
Jen Ellison. I can't. He 154.
But what is this I'm hearing about Bam Rodriguez pop? Let me Google that. Somebody said Bam Rodriguez.
Somebody lying. I ain't see that. Not beyond that. That would have been on the front page.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Cardina said that. I was actually pulled over in Virginia, man. They ain't say nothing, bro. They just let me go.
I'm scared of Virginia. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, I don't
if you got a valid license in your own state, you're good. It just means you can never get apply for a license in New York until you fix whatever it is you got there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You got a valid license in your own state, so you should be able to drive anywhere. You just can't drive in New York because your shit's fucked up over there.
Come on down here to Louisiana and see about that.
Yeah.
If he got a license in another state,
he got a valid license though. He just can't get it.
In Georgia, they gonna haul you in.
Right.
In Georgia, they gonna haul you in.
Yeah, Georgia gonna send you to jail. They don't care.
It really just depends on the severity of the crime. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm
that's a little misdemeanor. They ain't gonna pull me in for that, man.
Yeah, I've been pulled over. I was drove without a license for like 5 years. I got pulled over like 20 times. Never got in trouble.
Yeah, Washington, the Seattle, Washington State.
Boy,
It's
Louisiana, boy.
that
You
What state was that in?
Florida, Georgia, North
So
Carolina.
I can't believe them Georgia boys let you go, man, because them jokers
Hey,
be
man.
looking for stuff like
Hey,
that.
as soon as you pull out that military ID, it do wonders, buddy.
Hey, yo, I ain't heard from Rich.
Oh,
Rich,
when you
what's
didn't
up?
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Hold on, y'all. Rich, you there? I ain't heard Rich say nothing.
Rich, I think Rich's computer messed up. Rich been down a whole while.
Rich, where's Rich? Rich, where you at, Rich? You ain't heard Rich.
Rich been way too
Yeah.
quiet.
I'm here.
Oh yeah, what you got?
Oh, yeah, live.
What you got for the show, Rich?
Hey, did you see they said Francisco Rodriguez popped twice?
Nah, what I got for this show is this, right? This what I got, right? We keep talking about this virus stuff and all this shit. None of these guys been popped dirty. I don't know why the conversation's so big around them. When the guy just said, did you see that Francisco, whatever that nigga name is, he got popped dirty. That's what the conversation should be around, the people that's getting popped dirty.
You can talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, talk about it.
And why the fuck they shouldn't be in boxing. That's what I'm getting out of this. I don't feel like Devin Haney or Brian Norman, all they doing is, trying to, I guess Devin Haney trying to catch the cheat out of it. I don't know what he's trying to do, but we shouldn't be talking about that shit. That shit done with. They bow they need to Bill Haney in them, and they taking the tests. That's all.
We're not talking about that though.
Why you say bow the knee to Bill Haney like he's a king or something, man? You said that with some type of prejudice. I'm just interested why you said it like that.
Yo, it's crazy. Yeah, nah, that's crazy. I don't know about that.
Know what you want to say about the Francisco Rodriguez situation?
Who, me or Rich? I ain't had nothing.
Rich.
I was just talking.
He's saying people should be talking about it. What you want to talk about it then?
I could talk about it. That's a Mexican.
I'm inside this place real quick, but I say that's the main thing we should be talking about, like people that's getting popped dirty and shit like that. Instead of people that's not even been. Nobody got popped dirty yet. I ain't gonna say yet. I hope nobody ever get popped dirty again. But that's what we should be talking about. Them type of cheaters. We already accusing Devin Haney, all them are cheating and whatever they doing. They not doing shit right.
Because they work with a cheater.
Bill Haney did that.
I was about to say,
bro, Bill Haney knows those up whenever he accused
I feel like this a bunch of police ass stuff. Keep saying he's working with a cheater, he's working with a drug dealer. Who gives a fuck? He not doing
First of all, we civilians, buddy.
Missed that last part.
Bill Haney is the reason why everybody talking about this. If Bill wouldn't have said that, we wouldn't be talking about it. So you can't do that. You can't break a window or whatever and then say I didn't do that. Bill Haney did it. That's why we're talking about it. Yeah. He the one that made the insinuation, a subliminal message that Devin Haney, not Devin Haney, but Brian Norman is on steroids or some type of form that has some drugs.
I think
that's what I'm saying.
They've been on Crawford's helmet about it.
No, they want to be a villain, and then when the energy get returned, they want to be a victim.
That's a lot of people, but I'm not gonna go there. Listen, I totally agree with Coach Eddie said, but I think that was a misunderstanding of what he said. If you actually listen to what he actually broke down, he said he's not accusing him of cheating or anything. What he's saying is he's explaining to him why he wants to be on the why he needs to start his program early, because if he goes somewhere and he has enough time to get it out of the system. He said that's
so you calling him a cheater.
He didn't call him a cheater. He's saying
you implying it. That's basically implying he's cheating.
No. Okay, so you're implying that Devin's cheating. So that's
I ain't implying. I said he works with a cheater. I never implied. I said he works with a cheater.
I'm not saying you directly. What I'm saying is you as the people, the consensus of people are saying he's cheating. The consensus of people are saying that Bud is cheating. They're putting these things out there without any hard evidence. And Bill didn't put anything out there saying that he did anything. What he said was he just wanted him to start the program for that reason. Now, you can take it as it is. I did hear it. I can understand why people would confuse that, and I will actually say on the same part, it does sound like Bill is actually accusing him of cheating. So, even though it sounds like that, if you actually listen to the word for word, he doesn't really say that, but it does come off as that because the way he's pushing it and the way that the actions were. Aside from that, like you said, homie said, Rich said, but y'all ready to put the jacket on the other two guys. You know what I mean? Like they're like Bud and Devin all the time when they haven't gotten caught, and when people that got caught, the whole camp of Eddie Reynoso has been tested and it had failed, but nobody ever talks about that. They're ready to
stop it.
Hold on,
Stop it right there.
No, bro. You do it on the camera.
That for like 2 lives over here. I don't know why y'all keep coming over here saying that.
Hold on.
Plenty of people talked about that, the Eddie Reynoso thing. Plenty of people talked.
I know. I haven't. So I mean, I don't know what other people are talking about because I really don't. I'll be at work a lot.
So how can you say nobody's talking about it if you don't know what other people are talking about?
What you talking?
Nah, but what he's saying is this: that basically we talk
let him
about
say.
this.
Let him.
Wait,
You know what he's talking
about.
No,
this
go
stuff,
ahead, Ray. Hold on, Rich. Let Ray finish. Go ahead.
Hold
Ray.
on. So when I say I'm not watching or entertained by certain things, yes, I see certain things certain times of day. When I'm at work, I do listen overnight because I work overnight, so I do listen to some platforms. I do hear conversations, but I'm saying is I don't contribute or get in these panels every day and talk about it with people. As far as me knowing it, yeah, obviously everyone knows about it. It's news everywhere. It's headlines everywhere. There's also all these daggone thumbnails that people put out. You know what I mean? To suck people into these little chats. So it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
I'm not making no accusations until somebody's caught. I'm not pointing the finger. Other people choose to do the opposite. I'm not mad at it.
Hey, this is what I want to say about that, right?
Rich, hold on, you can't cut him off, Rich. Let him finish talking. Bruh, let him finish talking. Go ahead,
no,
Ray.
He good. I'm done. I landed.
Go ahead, Rich.
All right, so this is the thing I look at it. We talk about Eddie Reynoso, but we don't be having 2 or 3 hour, 5 hour, same day conversations about all Eddie Reynoso fighters. We having conversations about Terrence Crawford and Vada. They did this, they did that. We don't have it about David Benavidez working with a cheap. We don't have it about Ben Rodriguez working with a cheap. We don't even have it about Shakur really working with a cheap for real, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to bring that up. We only see Terrence Crawford and Devin Haney, man. And it's sad because there's people out here that's really being popped dirty, and we trying to do police work on these niggas that ain't never been popped dirty. That's crazy.
Well, you're welcome to talk about. You're welcome to come on my platform and speak about whoever you want to speak about, Rich. What you got to say about Ben Rodriguez popping dirty?
He didn't pop dirty. That's a lie.
Man, that nigga ain't get popped. If he popped dirty, man, damn, why the fuck up then? But who caught him?
What you want to say about Reynoso and his? Okay, what you want to say about Reynoso and his crew?
Wait. That's the question. If Van Rodriguez popped dirty, if Vada caught him, if the guy Victor Conte caught him, so how is he cheating? How is Victor Conte and them cheating? That's the question.
What do you want to say about Reynoso and his crew, Rich?
Oh, no, I was just talking about what Ray Davis said. Was that Ray Davis that was talking?
No, but I'm saying you saying we should be talking about it. So
I said we don't talk.
Let's talk about it. What you want to say?
Yeah, let's talk about it, bro.
We don't talk about the people that's really.
Can we talk about Mario Barrios on Snack?
Because
I want to talk about another Snack fighter.
Hold on. Can I go through something else? I don't want to talk about that.
I like the Snack topic.
If y'all notice, I don't really participate in the Devin Haney and all that stuff going back and forth. I'm just saying we should be talking about, if we do talk about somebody cheating, we need to talk about the people that do cheat.
We'll talk about it, Rich.
Hold on.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
To the panel. I got to get my son to the doctor.
Yeah, because I don't get into all that.
Hold on. Who said they got to take their son to the doctor?
That was Ray.
Oh, okay. All right, Ray. Thanks for coming up.
Can I hit it up? I want to say something to that.
Hold on. No. I want Rich to talk about it. Go ahead, Rich. Say what you got to say.
Let me say it one more time for you. I don't even get into the talks with the VADA situation and stuff like that. But if we do, we talk about the people that is cheating. Last time I checked, I grew up respecting the drug dealer. So I respect Victor Conte. So that's how, if you
They made the same type of drug.
Nah,
what you mean it's the same?
But what
It ain't, bro.
Now you saying respect the cheater, huh?
nah, I said I grew up
weirdo.
respecting the drug
That's
dealer.
straight
That's
weird
what I
shit,
said.
man.
That's how I know y'all ain't
So
box,
I
bro.
don't like
A cheater
talking. I
and a
don't like
rat.
If you ever
talking
walked
about.
in, if
I
you ever
don't like
walked in them
breaking
ropes,
the
bro, you
code.
wouldn't be saying
I
this shit.
don't like. Hey, look, I don't like the drug cheats, but I respect the drug dealer. That's
And
all.
you respect rats too. You respect Master Splinter too, huh?
Nah, I don't respect rats.
So you
If being a
why you like
drug
Victor
dealer, being
Conte
a
then?
drug wait,
Say
being a
Victor Conte
drug
a
dealer
rat
is
too, bro.
different from being a rat, homie. I don't know where you grew up at, but being a drug dealer is different from being a rat.
Victor Conte is a rat.
A lot of niggas I ain't know that. That's why I'm saying I don't get into all this stuff, man. I
But
don't
bro,
know.
that ain't our
Hey,
fault if
hey.
you not informed,
Me and you,
bro.
Wait,
Like
he
me and you,
he ratted on his own company? Is that
Oh,
what he did? He ratted on his own company?
I ain't know he told. If he told, then fuck him too.
Who he told on? He told on himself?
Yeah.
he told on everybody.
he told them
Like
Oh,
everybody.
who?
That's
then
why
he
he only
hot
did
then.
6 months in the
Marion
hotel.
Jones. What? All the track stars? What are you talking about? Oh, who, nigga? What?
Oh,
So he
I ain't
told
know. I ain't know
he
all
told
that.
on the motherfuckers that told
All
on
I'm
I'm
him.
saying,
saying
hey,
y'all
2
don't
cent.
even know
Hey,
Victor for real. Y'all don't even
He
know.
did.
Y'all
That's
don't
These
why
even
boys
y'all
is
know.
niggas
talking.
defending somebody who
Get on
don't know.
Netflix, bro.
Netflix.
Get
Y'all
on
niggas
Netflix,
don't.
bro. It's a documentary on
what I'm.
Netflix, bro.
Damn, how you doing?
So I ain't never knew Victor Conte was a street ninja.
Nah, but
Now he a rat. We call
Bro,
we
he
call
been
the,
the
we call the
streets. What are you
civilians a
talking
rat.
about? You a weirdo.
Streets
I
on.
don't even know why you be trying to jump through
It's
halls. We ain't talking
petty
about
drugs
nobody.
and money
You
laundering.
is money
So
laundering. All
Victor
these dudes
Conte
is
is a
crooks.
street ninja.
yeah, but
No,
this all I'm saying is this, man. We need to start talking about the people that really is cheating. If we gonna bring up the accusers and all them people like Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford, we gotta start talking about the people
But
that's
I don't even
really
know
getting
why
caught
you
for that
feel.
shit.
But this is what's
Yeah.
funny, Rick. You
That's
don't
all
have
I'm saying.
anything to say about the situation, but you want to tell other people what they should be talking about the
yeah, you
situation.
don't even know
Right?
about it. You ain't even
Nah.
You
educated
out
on
here
it.
Hey,
defending a dude that's a
look,
rat,
y'all
but then you say you
100%
don't
right.
fuck with
All
rats.
I keep hearing is that, oh, Devin Haney want this guy to do this, and they don't want to do this. Why do they want to do this so early and shit like that? I don't get into all that because nobody's
If they
cheating.
the ones that's
Nobody
coming on the
like if they.
podcast talking about
That's
it,
all
Rick,
I'm saying.
the
So you
building
could.
I
over
find,
the over the
I
all
find it weird. We talking about rats, but motherfuckers really doing over here doing investigations.
let me say this. Bill,
Yeah, that's
Brian,
all.
all over the YouTube, all over these podcasts talking about it. They want us to talk about it. That's what you don't understand. If they didn't want us to talk about it, they would have
Right.
called each other.
You
No,
breaking
no,
up.
no,
You
no.
going out.
You might be right about that. I don't know. I'm not. I don't waste my time for real getting into too deep into it. Like I heard his documentaries out and
Okay,
stuff
but
like that.
bro, Rich, you
I
defending
done
it though, bro. You
wait,
defending
hold
it.
on, hold on. I done seen the guy. I seen the guy Mark. That's why I said I'm not talking about it. But I said if we do talk about something, we should be talking about the ones who get caught cheating.
Nah, you shouldn't. There
That's
shouldn't be
all I'm
no
saying.
we in there. You should talk
Vic,
about the parts that you investigate. You talk about the parts that you investigate because
Bro,
we
you
look
a
deeper
cop.
into it. Everybody don't look at half
I'm
the
talking about some
story and try to
investigation.
formulate an
bro, what
analysis
is you
off of
talking
what's
about, no
going
cap?
on.
You saying
Nah, what is
stupid shit.
I look
what,
into everything about it
what is
before I
you talk?
formulate an analysis on anything.
You an
What is
investigator.
what is you talking about? I'm
You the
saying
feds.
what I'm saying is that all I know is that Devin Haney or Terrence Crawford never got caught cheating, and
So
we always
basically, you
talking
just
about this
saying
shit
stop
all the
talking
time.
about Devin and Terrence because you don't want
But
to hear
that's a
nobody talk
problem
about it.
because that's all
I
you
don't give
know.
a fuck.
That's the
Listen.
problem
I don't
because that's
care.
That's
all
what
I
it
you
don't
sounds
know.
like
care.
to me.
Look,
And, and y'all basically acting like police trying to do
I'm
investigating.
not trying to
No
defend. I'm
cap.
not
What are
trying to
you?
defend
Shut
Devin or
up.
Terrence Crawford. But I'm saying that's what we
But them the
talking
only
about.
two names
And
you speaking of.
last time I checked, I never heard them get caught cheating in
But
my
them the
life.
only two names you
It
speaking
don't.
of. So you,
All right. Well, let me put this into context for you. For one,
Yeah.
there is nobody
They go to
bigger in the
police
sport
work.
for cheating. There's nobody bigger in the sport for cheating. Victor Conti is the well, I ain't gonna say Jesus Christ. He's the El Chapo of PED, performance enhancing drugs. This is a blood sport. This ain't like selling. This ain't, even though selling crack ain't good. This ain't like
Yeah.
selling weed on the street or nothing like that. This is a blood sport where underconfident motherfuckers go to certain people to get an unfair edge to potentially kill somebody in the ring that they could not beat or defend themselves against if they just utilize their own natural skills. So this is the reason
Right.
why it's a high level violation when you're talking about aligning yourself with certain people. And this is the reason why their
Dr.
reputations
No
get
Cap ain't
shot.
on the panel. No
When
Cap ain't no.
Yeah, but
And this is the reason why their reputations get shot when you line up with somebody like Victor Conti, because if you know that reputation, hold on, let me finish, brother. Let me finish,
Okay,
brother.
go. My bad. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Victor Conti is not just known for cheating itself. He is known for undetectable PEDs, which means we cannot rely on testing. We have to observe ourselves as fans and know when we're being duped and overstand why a bunch of inferior fucking fighters are going over there, because all the fighters that's over there are not top tier fighters. There's something lacking in all those niggas. There's something lacking in Devin Haney. There's something lacking in Terrence Crawford. There's something lacking in everybody on that snack roster. I could point it out name by name. I'm saying, so
Name the
when you line
names.
up with
Name the
somebody,
names.
hold on.
Now we need you to name the
So
names.
when you line that
Please
up,
name two.
when you
One
add
of
that,
y'all got the
when you
worst
add,
internet
Nah, go
connection
ahead. Let him
ever.
talk. Let him talk.
When you add that
Hold on,
up
go ahead and
with
land your
somebody,
plane, Sin. I ain't heard it. Then I got two new people on the panel, D1 and then Manager Marty. Go ahead, Sin.
all right, so when you got somebody who lines themselves up with somebody who came in the game, Victor Conti came in the game solely to compromise and undermine drug testing, and everybody is working with this man, then that means we can no longer rely on drug testing. He just did a video admitting that VADA testing is worthless. He said he can get past VADA testing. So why would we be taking the side of Devin Haney or Terrence Crawford or anybody that's on their side when this man has already undermined testing on every fucking level? And if it was one of our black asses that did it, we'd be in jail already.
All right, so this is why I just want to say this
Does it
before
not make
Manager
sense?
Marty. Yeah, it makes sense, but this is what I want to say before Manager Marty and D1, because I went over to Manager Marty's channel actually and looked at a video with Victor Conte. I really stopped looking at it, but all I want to say is that we always talk about Terrence Crawford and Devin Haney. That's all I hear as far as when it comes to Victor Conte and stuff like that. I never hear about David Benavidez. I never hear about Bam.
No, you
I
don't
just thought, wait,
listen.
hold on.
We don't hear about
Wait,
Caleb Plant.
hold on.
That's because
Can I
that's
talk?
all you want to hear.
Can I talk?
Caleb
Go ahead, land
Plant.
the plane, Rich, so I can pass the mic.
I just started hearing about Shakur Stevenson or whatever like that
Uh-huh.
around Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? I don't really hear about too many people, but we don't talk about the people that who getting caught cheating. We don't have hours on panels talking about the people that who actually
one
get
reason
caught.
why I think that you don't hear those other
talk about
names,
the people
sir.
that
Yo,
don't get
Rich, you
caught.
said that 45 times
The
so far.
the one reason why I
So
think you don't hear those other names, my man Rich, the one reason why I think you don't hear those other names is because only one other person is touting to be pound for pound this, pound for pound that. I think that's the reason why you hear Crawford's name more than anybody else when it comes down to it, because you hear all this pound for pound shit. He exalts himself over everybody, past, present, and future, but he's not fighting nowhere near the level of competition, and he aligned himself with the biggest cheater in combat sports history. So the shit don't add up. So that's naturally going to give you a publicity that you probably ain't ready for, because your skill didn't get this publicity. His skill and the opponents and the caliber of fighters that he's been facing didn't get him this. Is because he's exalting himself to a certain level that we have not seen, and he has this elephant in the room with him. You know what I'm saying? And all of us are suffocating, not acknowledging this motherfucker. So
All
that's
right,
what
let
the
me say
real
this
issue
real
is. That's
quick.
why you hear. My fault.
We coming up on 2 hours on the show. If you enjoying the show, be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App and 2 cents box or dropping your 2 cents below in the comments. Let me know if you're enjoying this 2 cents pop-up live. But at the very least, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. D1 popped up. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? And then it's on you, Marty.
I came in late. You guys keep saying that the guys that got caught cheating, how come we're not focusing on that? The guys that fight for snack will never pop hot. They won't. But then I heard you say something about Jesse Bam Rodriguez popped. Is that true? Like, is that something that I should go look up? Did he really
Yeah,
pop?
that's what I want to
Yeah,
know too.
you should go look into that because somebody came in here and told me he popped out. I tried to look it up real quick while I was on here.
They're
This
capping.
is my first time
Yeah,
hearing
somebody,
That's cap.
and that's what
Cap.
I was about to say. If he got popped dirty, did Victor Conte catch him?
He won't pop hot. Victor Conte won't catch him. He doesn't catch
I was
cheaters.
about to
He
say,
gives them
how is
what they
Victor Conti catching people?
He's not catching
Victor
nobody.
work for VADA?
Nah, he helped
But they say
form
he a
VADA,
part
but
of
he ain't
VADA.
catching cheaters. No way. He
I
is
know
the
that. I
cheater
know that.
that
What
knows
I'm
how to
saying
do
is,
this shit so well that you will never catch him or none of his fucking fighters on no
yeah,
popping
because
hot
I thought
test.
Victor wasn't
It is what
associated
it
with VADA.
Exactly.
is.
Somebody said Victor wasn't
So
even
then we
registered.
got to question everybody's victory or fight that's ever been
No, we gotta
associated with
question
Snack.
Victor fucking Conti, bro. Stop acting like you don't see the shit that everybody else sees, bro. It's ridiculous. Y'all are
So you just
catfighting your
go, so
favorite
you
fighters.
you just
It
gonna
is
blame
what
the
it
drug
is,
dealer
NHA,
and
bro.
it's
not the
not your
drug chief.
turn.
Why you always, yo,
NHA,
your
it's not
internet
your turn.
connection, NHA sucks. Number one. You come up here with Boost Mobile, your fucking sound sucks, and it ruins the whole entire audio. Real
You
shit.
sound
You
upset.
know?
You sound
It's
upset for what
fucking,
reason?
get a better phone plan, Goofy.
Go ahead, D1. NHA, let
You
him
sound
in.
real upset.
NHA,
I ain't
please.
upset
Yes,
at
sir.
you. You
Yes,
could
ma'am.
never get me upset, Goofy.
Go ahead, D1. He
I'm
is the angry
straight.
white man. He in
Let
character.
manager
Don't be
Marty
upset.
talk, because he's the
You are
only one that's
angry.
actually
You are an
educated on these
angry
fucking.
Russian.
Yeah,
I'm about
you're
to
an
kick you off
angry
of here,
hater.
NHA. Cut it
Yo,
out. Go
his
ahead,
fucking
What you
manager.
his
mean?
audio
You just said.
sucks.
I
Your
just repeated
phone
what you said.
connection is trash, bro. Get a better fucking cricket plan or something, dog. Your fucking audio sucks. You got mad feedback. You're ruining the show's audio. Real shit.
You're
Hey,
not
y'all
funny
push
at
that
all.
like button. NHA, manager Marty, what you got for the show?
You not hear yourself?
Nah, I can't hear myself.
Yo, man, salute
Goofy.
to the panel. Salute to you, 2 Cents. Thank you for having me. I told y'all before, anytime I go on YouTube for any reason to watch any form of entertainment, when I hear people talking about Vada, Victor Conti, or Snack, I'm going to come crash the party. Um, I just had a question, but before I ask it real quick, as I was listening in about I want to say maybe 15 to 20 minutes ago, I heard someone on the panel. I don't think that person is here anymore, but that person said that Jarrell Miller and Canelo Alvarez tested positive for being substances out of competition. Let me be clear, and I said this on Friday, and I'm going to have to say it again. The reporters in these articles that they are editing and writing, they don't know the difference between in competition and out of competition testing. So when they're in these news articles, and I'm including references such as like ESPN as one source, right? That they'll write and report out of competition, like an athlete or a fighter tested positive um, for an out of competition test. I'm trying to educate you all on this. When it comes to VADA testing, I've said this before, I have to say it again. Dr. Margaret Goodman, the CEO and the founder of VADA, she told me, and I keep playing it over and over, VADA does not do out of competition testing. So anytime you see a fighter test positive, including Canelo Alvarez and including Jarrell Miller, they had fights that were scheduled. If you read the article close enough that says out of competition testing for Jarrell Miller, when he popped dirty, you will see that he had an upcoming fight scheduled at that time. When Canelo Alvarez popped dirty for clenbuterol, he tested positive in March, but he had a fight scheduled with Triple G in May, of course, Cinco de Mayo. So even though the article might say out of competition test failed, there is no such thing as out of competition testing with VADA. The reporter don't understand the difference. So if you're going to use it as your source of reference when you're trying to disprove me or disprove someone else on these panels, you got to make sure you understand the difference yourself. Okay? With that being said, I do have one question. I pointed it out in the video I just published. If you haven't done so, when you jump off of this, I encourage any of you to go and watch the video I just published. And basically, it's some of the things that I mentioned last night in my pop up live. If Devin Haney is the only fighter right now who is enrolled in 24/7, 365 VADA testing, my question is, where is the application on the website for a fighter to enroll in it? In other words, there is a therapeutic exemption form therapeutic use exemption form application online that fighters have to complete. There is a whereabouts policy form, right? That the fighters read first and then they fill out and complete the whereabouts form. That's online. There's also the actual application for enrollment in the 8 weeks of scheduled testing, 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight testing. Um, there's an application form on the website for that. But there is no application on VADA's website, like the other three applications and forms that I just mentioned, that specifically say, hey, athlete, hey, fighter, complete this form if you want to enroll in 24/7, 365 testing. So if that is the case, and nobody's going to go on the website and find it because it's not there. If that is the case, then how did Devin Haney enroll in 24/7, 365 testing when he didn't even complete an application to enroll?
But Manager Marty, the questions we were asking, or at least I was asking today, is who gets the results for the out of competition testing? And so some people came on and said, well, whatever state they're licensed in, that commission will get the results of their test out of competition. And
There's
so then that led to my next question. Can you be suspended or punished if you test positive out of competition? And then if you can, how would that be fair when you and only one other person? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
two
happens if,
cents. Let's
like,
let's let's clarify it. There is no out of competition testing with VADA.
I mean, I'm saying hypothetically if they were, if there
No,
was.
so here's how it works. It's very simple. The people that was up here earlier, I didn't hear everything that they said, so I can't refute or agree with them because I didn't hear everything. But let's just break it down. It's very simple, y'all. Here it is. Two athletes. I'm going to use one. One athlete, right, gets tested. VADA received the results. Let's just hypothetically say the athlete tests positive, right? Because we've seen this happen before. A lot of athletes tested positive for banned substance. What VADA will do is they will reach out by emailing the promoter who paid for the test. They will reach out to the representation, like a boxing manager, such as myself. They will reach out and email the actual fighter. They will reach out and email the ABC. Okay? When they email and reach out to all four of those entities, including the fighter that tests positive, the information from the ABC, remember, VADA reaches out and emails the results to the ABC. The ABC will then disseminate the information themselves to the actual local athletic commission that that fighter is licensed in. Whatever state athletic commission that that fighter is licensed in, that is when VADA will disseminate the information to ABC. ABC will then disseminate the information to the athletic commission. Now, the reason why I say licensed in, and that continues to prove my point that VADA does not do out of competition testing. The only reason why the athletic commission will have jurisdiction over that said fighter who tested positive is because that is the actual athletic commission that's going to facilitate and sanction the bout in that state of the scheduled fight for that fighter who tested positive. Let me take it a step further. Let's use Canelo Alvarez. Let's say Canelo Alvarez is scheduled to fight Triple G in Las
They say
Vegas.
Canelo Alvarez tested positive out of competition for the Triple G fight. Which I mean,
Right.
how you get out of competition for the Triple G fight if he about to fight Triple G? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
but
because the reporter
Big
is
Baby
using the
Miller
term.
did
Let me
too.
finish. Let me finish. The reporter is using the term out of competition because they don't know the difference. Okay, you can't have out of competition testing in a scheduled fight with VADA. Okay, so now we got that established. Let's use Canelo Alvarez. He tests positive for upcoming fight. 8 weeks prior to the fight, right, with Triple G. Let's say the fight is going to be in Las Vegas. So that means the Nevada State Athletic Commission has to issue Triple G a license and issue Canelo a license. So when So when VADA disseminate the information to ABC, ABC will then disseminate the information to Nevada. Why? Because they are the ones that have jurisdiction over Canelo Alvarez, because they are the ones that issued him a license. Why would they issue him a license? Because he's going to compete in their state, and that is protocol for the athletic commission to sanction the bout in that state, and everyone has to be licensed in that state on that card for that event. It's very simple. And I just have to point this out because this is as equally as important. ABC is the facilitator and organizer of Box Rec. So when you see these wins and losses, right, and the judges' names and the judges' score tallies on BoxRec get their information disseminated by ABC because the supervisors of these athletic commissions, that's part of their responsibility, along with the executive directors, to basically disseminate the results of each fight and the approval of each fight before the fight happens. That's the approval process, and I tried to explain that Friday on this show before. And then also after the fight takes place on that card, the results, it gets disseminated to ABC, and that's when ABC then turn around and send it to BoxRec, and then you all, myself included, the public, will see the information on BoxRec. Okay, so please, y'all, don't get caught up into a reporter using the term out of competition when they're reporting um, and journaling when a fighter tests positive or negative, but more so positive with VADA testing. They don't
So,
know the difference.
so
Okay.
DHP
I
will
got a
do this.
question for
So
you,
let me
man.
ask you a question, Mr. Manager. I'm gonna let you go fly frequency.
No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Because
Somebody was gonna ask me something.
I'm trying to really understand. So, okay, if Bill Haney says, okay, I want 16 weeks of testing, I'll pay for it. DHP gets the results. And if, let's say, Brian Norman does test positive, the only recourse really is the fact that you just be like, okay, well, he tested positive. I don't want the fight. You're saying there won't be no suspension involved and none of that stuff?
No, I'm not. I didn't mention anything about consequences at all. I'm just telling you how the process works. But no, DHP won't get the results for Brian Norman Jr. testing positive.
If
Because
they paying for it, that's the promotional company paying for it.
yeah, no. But the person that gets the results is the person's team that actually tests positive. That's why I just used the promoter in that
Oh.
sense. So if Brian Norman Jr.
So
tests
how the hell did they get Ryan Garcia results?
because let me leave that alone. We know what his
No,
affiliation
because
with VADA is.
Ryan Dad spoke on it. Remember, he said he talked to who was it he talked to that he was mad at Furious with because he talked to them and then they released a Dan Rayfield or somebody. He was talking to Ryan Garcia dad. But I want to ask you a question though, Manager Marty.
I'm listening.
Yeah, so the last time we was on here on the show and everything, we was going back and forth about you stopping the tape and not letting the lady Margaret Goodman is her name, I think. You not letting her say what she said after the point where you kept stopping it or whatever, and you admitted on the show that she did in fact say that.
Hey, y'all
And
keep it going.
so
I'll be right back.
and so you did she did in fact say that, and so I just wanted to know how come you still use that her words there and make it seem like she means something that she didn't actually mean. But because when you play the tape, you see that she's not saying that they don't do out of competition testing. She's saying that their tests are all the same. And so how come you keep making it seem like there's no out of competition testing from VADA when that's not what the lady was saying? Clearly in the recording.
Who am I talking
Like
to?
you
Who is
don't
this
think that's
asking me? Who
disingenuous to
who
try
who
to
who's
say that the lady is saying that
who's
VADA don't
asking
do testing when you don't have a
who's
fight schedule
sir?
when you know that's not what she said?
That's frequency.
Yo, I'm here. Y'all can
Who's
hear
who's
me?
who's asking me this question again? Because somebody said we
This
talked
this
before. Who
this
am I talking
this
to?
flyer. This
Flyer.
flyer.
Listen, Flyer. Let's be clear on something, bro. I think the problem is this. The problem is that you are misinterpreting what's being said. Okay? I explained this to you last night, and I'm going to do it again real quick. You are misinterpreting what she's talking about. Okay? What
How
she's
so?
talking,
Because
I'm
it's
going to
real
tell you. I'm
clear.
going
It's
to tell
real
you.
clear what
I'm
she's
going to
saying.
tell you.
If you
Listen,
don't
no, it's
stop it, will you stop it?
sir. I played what you asked me to play last night on my show. Right? I played the whole thing. I played the whole thing. Let me tell you what she said, and I need you to please go back and really listen to it again. What she's talking about is apples and oranges. Okay? The apples part is VADA don't do out of competition testing. You heard her say that. I explained what that
No, that's not
meant.
what she said, bro. You
Excuse
lying
me,
now.
hold on. Anybody that's on this panel, I challenge any of you, whether you agree with me or not, when you get off of this show, please go on my channel and listen to everything that I'm talking about. Even from my live last night, if you want. I explained what out of competition testing means to Dr. Margaret Goodman. I asked her, after I explained what it meant, I asked her, is that what out of competition means? And you heard what she said, because I asked you to confirm it last night. And you agreed. She said yes. And she did. She said yes. That is what it means. Now,
Yeah,
that's the
but
apples.
that's what I mean
No,
by
let me
stopping
finish.
it at that
Let me
point
finish.
there.
Let me
Okay,
finish, brother. You asked me a question. I'm going to clarify it today. That was the apples part. The apples part is VADA don't do out of competition testing. They only test 8 weeks prior to a bout. That's when it
she
starts.
didn't say that. She didn't say that right
Brother,
there. You're
brother,
adding that on.
brother. Their website says it, and so does the
Yeah,
application
but we're
on
talking about
no,
what she said
excuse
though,
me.
not
No,
what
no,
the
no.
website
No, no,
said.
no, no. I'm talking about out of competition testing. I'm
Yeah, the website is not talking about out of competition testing.
frequent. The whole thing is I'm talking to her about out of competition testing. Okay, that's the apples
Exactly.
part. Listen, that's the apples part. You're the only one that's confused. I'm trying to help you. The apples part is out of competition testing. VADA does not do out of competition testing. Their website is what she was confirming. They only test. Hear me clearly again. They
That's not
only
what she
test.
said, bro. This
Excuse me.
part
I'm
that you're
not
saying
talking
now.
about what she said. I'm talking about what the website says that she was
But we are
confirming.
talking about what she said. You keep
No.
bringing up the website. We're
What
talking
she
about what
said
she
was
said
yes.
right now. We're
Listen,
talking
what
about what
she
she said right now,
hey,
and you're
hey,
telling me
hey,
I'm confused on what she said.
frequent. What's frustrating me is you're trying to confuse things, and I'm trying to help you. So listen to me. Don't talk to me about this topic, brother. I know what I'm talking about. Hear me, okay? Since you said we talking about what Margaret said what you just agreed to last night. Yes, that's what out of competition testing means, and VADA don't do that. Their website says 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout.
All
That's
right,
the
y'all.
apples. That's the
But
apples
what
part.
Manager Marty? But what
Bruh,
I'm
bruh,
what I'm
let me
saying though,
finish.
Manager Marty, is
Brother,
this though,
brother,
Manager Marty.
you're not letting me
And
finish.
she,
You keep talking. Brother, you ain't listening, dog. The
I
apples
am,
part
but
is
you really not letting me explain what I.
because I know what you're talking about. We dealt with this last night.
You
Last
can't say
night,
you know what I'm talking
brother,
about if
I
you
know
never
what
let
you're
me get a
talking
chance to
about.
say it.
Brother, you and your man, Boxer Hacker, y'all keep talking about the same thing. The apples part is this. They don't do out of competition testing. Period. The oranges part is what she was talking about was a specific type of panel used in the testing, and that is narcotics. Okay? So what she was saying was they include narcotics to be tested for in their testing procedure that has
She,
absolutely nothing to do with whether something is out of competition or in competition. And I'm
it
trying to
does
tell
though,
you that.
bro.
So let me ask you a
It
question. So let me ask you a question. Do VADA test
wait. Let
out?
me let me
No, no,
let
no, no,
me
no.
explain this.
Do
Let me
VADA
explain
test?
this part
No,
before then
no,
you can
no.
ask me the
Do
question because that's
no.
what you
Do
always try to do.
bruh.
You try to
Do
keep dancing
bruh.
around and asking me a
Bruh,
bunch of
bruh.
questions and
Do
not letting
VADA,
me say that.
hold up. Do VADA test outside of 8 weeks? Yes or no? This is how we gonna clarify it. Does VADA test outside of 8 weeks? Yes or no?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
When? Show me a fighter that tested
Yeah.
outside of the
The
south.
lady, if you now
No,
again,
no.
if you
You show
played
me a fighter. No, you show me a fighter that tested outside of 8 weeks when they didn't have a scheduled
Canelo
fight.
Alvarez.
When?
Canelo
Canelo
Alvarez.
When?
Alvarez, Nonito
When?
Donaire,
When?
it's a
When?
couple
When
fighters.
he got
Just, just show
Right
when he
me.
got
after he popped
suspended.
dirty, after he got suspended for popping dirty for clenbuterol, he signed up for 360 365, 24/7 testing for 2 years. But
The same.
what I was trying to get to that you keep trying so hard not to let people hear is that when right after you stop the tape from what that lady said, when that lady said, and let me explain so I can be clear. And she specifically said that Olympic when testing for the Olympics, all of these other testing agencies and stuff, she said they have a test that they call out of competition testing. And she said for that out of competition, that test that they call out of competition testing, she said they don't test for certain narcotics. They don't test for the same thing that they test for when you're in competition. She said we don't have one of those tests. She said we don't have out of competition testing. Our test is all the same in and out of competition all year
Okay,
round.
great. I
So
got you.
she's not saying we don't test when people are out of competition. She's saying we don't have that type of test that we do in out
Okay,
of
I
competition
understand
testing.
it now.
She's saying we test. She's saying that hers is more strenuous. She tests for everything all the time.
Okay, great.
Fly, let me
Okay,
ask you a
great.
question. Let me ask a question real quick, Flyer Frequency. So you're telling me they expect people to pay the same price for drug testing, whether they in competition or out of competition the
Now
whole
we
year?
talking about prices and what that got to do with anything. I don't know what they
Can I
prices is and all of that stuff.
can I answer? Can I answer?
We talking about if the thing
I know.
exists at all. He's trying to say it don't exist at
No,
all.
can
So
I
Canelo
answer?
Alvarez
No,
is lying,
no.
Nonito Donaire's lying, Devin Haney's
Listen,
lying, and
no.
anybody who ever tried to do
Let them
So
365
so let's
testing is
clarify it.
lying.
So let's clarify it. What you're talking about is the oranges part, brother. You're not talking about the apples part. You're talking about the
Come on,
test,
stop with the semantics, bro. You trying
brother.
to
You're
confuse people. You
no,
muddy
I'm
in the
not.
waters
Come
with
on,
all
bro.
You the
You've
these.
been
king of
around me,
semantics, so you
bro.
stop
You've
it.
been around me. Everybody knows me on YouTube. They know I don't play games like that. You're talking about a specific type of test, and that VADA test for all substances. Okay, great. I am glad that VADA test for all substances, including narcotics, like she said. Okay, okay, great. Now, with that being
She said
said,
all year round too. Don't forget that part because you keep trying to say she
well,
don't
fights
test
do
out of
happen all year
competition.
round, right? Fights do happen all year round, don't
Yep,
they?
but she's saying she tests the fighter all year round. She's not saying she. Come on, man. You
No
you you
problem.
playing games
I'm
and stuff.
glad
You
you
said
said
you
that.
just said you don't play
Wait, I
games and
got
stuff.
you. Frequent. I'm glad you said that. So then you ask me, you answer this question then, since you're the expert. How come on the application to enroll in VADA have the section called competition information? Why does a fighter have to insert their competition information if they out of competition and they don't have no fight schedule?
Oh, I couldn't wait to answer this part right
Well,
here because it's
hurry
so
up,
simple, bro.
hurry up.
Okay, when you get an application, you can't tell me that you never got an application that you had to mark not applicable N/A on the part of a test that don't
But that's not
on
what the
well
application
on a part
says.
of an application that don't
That's
apply
not what
to
that
you
says, though.
at that
That's not what
point,
that
right?
says, though. But that's not what that says, though.
What you mean that's not what that says? You
They
just put an
need the
N and a
competition
slash and an
information.
A over that part because that's not the part
Fly
you're
No,
dealing with
Frequency, you
for the
gotta let
application,
people
bro. You filled out
respond,
an
bro.
application before, right?
bro,
Ain't
but
that
that's
how you
not.
got your job at Walmart?
Okay, let me answer. Let me answer about my job at Walmart. Let me answer. Let me answer. Because now you insulting me, and I never insulted you. Hold up, frequent.
No,
Let's
I'm
be
not
men.
insulting you. I'm
You
just
are,
playing
because
with
you know
you.
I'm not a supervisor. Because you know I'm
Frequent,
not
you
a
gotta let
manager at
people talk.
Walmart, right?
Go ahead,
So
Major Murphy.
thank you. So you know I'm not a manager at Walmart. So the insults, save them, homie. Cause I can go in on you. Save them. Let's just stick to boxing. Okay? Thank you. Now, you're talking about a box that somebody can click on and say NA on the actual application, because you're talking about hypothetics. I'm talking about what's reality, brother. There is no click box A, B, C. We need your competition information. This is what's the same thing that's on the whereabouts form. They need the information for your competition, brother. So when you keep telling people that VADA is doing out of competition testing, meaning outside of the 8 weeks, you're basically telling us something that the organization is not saying. The organization on their website never mentioned anything about 24/7, 365 testing. It says 8 weeks prior to a scheduled bout. Now, you brought up Canelo talking about clenbuterol when he tested positive. He tested positive in March. His scheduled bout was in May. That's 8 weeks right there. Jarrell Miller, the same thing. You're not going to find nobody who fought or who was scheduled to fight and then test out of competition. It's either out of competition or it's in competition. Okay? And VADA doesn't do it. USADA does it. So when you bring up Canelo and all these different people, Canelo had a fight scheduled with Triple G. That's why he was tested in the first place, and so did Jarrell Miller. Okay. Now, with that being said, since you brought up Nonito, great. I'm glad you brought him up. Why his face and picture, and when he tested for 365, why is that not on the website under Devin Haney's name? Okay, don't answer that. That's rhetorical. Let me ask you another question. Where is, and I'm glad you're here, where is the application for fighters to enroll in 24/7 365? Because on the application that we talking about now, the one you keep saying, click A, click B, click NA, there's not even a section on the actual application online for a fighter to even agree to do 24/7 365 testing. There's not even a section on the actual application. So how can a fighter enroll in it then? Tell me. Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Okay. How can a fighter enroll in 24/7 365 testing? Frequent. How can they enroll?
Oh, I gotta let him back on the stage. My bad.
Oh no, well if he going then. I
Yeah,
don't understand.
I was, yo, that was funny as hell. I'm like, yo, she got me in the back, and you're asking me questions. I can't even talk to the person that I'm having a debate with because she want to
Frequent.
throw
Just
me
tell
in the
me how
back.
can a fighter enroll in it? Frequent. Just tell me how can a
It's
fighter enroll
hilarious,
in it?
bro. What you
Frequent.
say?
How
Freak,
can a
hold
fight?
on, freak, hold on, time out, because you're not about to call me biased, bro. I'm putting you in the back because you keep talking over people.
How?
So
Me and him was having a conversation. You just
you
threw me in the
let
back.
him talk, and I put you in the back so he could talk. Now go ahead. Don't tell me I'm being biased. No, nigga,
It
putting you in the
is
back.
being biased. Who else you threw in the back up
You
here?
talking over me right now, nigga. You talking over me right now, bro. Go ahead.
Look. You dropping the M bomb on me and everything. It's all good though.
And
What
you
you
just
say, Manager
assaulted me
Martin?
and said I was a manager at Walmart. So stop crying. How
Yeah,
can
but
the
I was
people
playing
enroll in
with you, bro.
365?
Y'all get in y'all feelings too
No,
much.
I'm not in my
I mean,
feelings.
I
I
could
just want you to
understand
answer
her.
the
She's a
question, bro.
female, but you, bro, come on, bro. I'm
Bro,
just
I'm just
playing
asking
with
you a
you.
question.
I'm
No, it's
poking
all good.
fun with
Listen,
you.
I ain't taking it personal. I'm just asking you a question. How can a fighter enroll in 365 24/7 testing? Can you help us?
Why can't they use the same application that you see
I
on the website? You
I'm
don't fill
asking
it
you
out on the
how.
website, do you? You download it and then you gotta sign it, right?
But it's not on the paperwork. It's not on the application. So how do
Yeah,
they
and
enroll?
I just told you. I just asked you. You
How do
never
they
filled out an
enroll?
application where you had to put N/A on a part of the application because that
They
part is
don't
not
have an
applicable to
option
you,
for
bro.
it. Frequent. They
What
don't
do
have
you
an
mean?
option.
You know,
They don't
bro?
have an option for it to sign up for 365. That's why I'm asking you. Where's the option that
You,
on the
you're
application?
saying you're saying you're saying they don't have an option for it because the
No.
form says because the form has asking information about your competition and stuff like that, right?
No,
You can
I'm
just
not
put
saying that.
N/A over that, bro,
No, you
and
can't.
use
That's what
that
I'm trying
same
to.
application. Why
No, you
can't you?
can't.
Because
Bro,
it's
Why
not
can't
an
you?
oh
application for
my God. I'm
365.
done.
Freaking, why you being so dense, bro?
Bro.
It's not an application for that. That's
Listen,
like
that
It,
pull that application up. That application
what is that supposed to mean? It doesn't
I
2 cents.
specify.
That application don't specify if it's
First on the panel, Dean, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the
that
show?
application don't specify if it's for
She said
365
Deem.
or
She
not.
said Deem. She said Deem, OG. I saw your face yesterday. It was my first time ever, so I'm calling you OG from now on. All right. Um,
Oh, that's your first time seeing me.
yo, let Dean
frequent,
talk, bro.
frequent. We got to stop acting stupid. You pissing me off. I was just sitting up here trying to enjoy the conversation. You feel what I'm saying? Listening to two. I wasn't even going to pop up. Frequent flyer. Can you stop trying to mislead the people, my guy?
Bro, that's y'all with this misleading
I,
stuff. Stopping
I,
tapes when the lady
I
didn't
hear you.
finish talking
Yo,
and she
frequent. I
trying to
heard your whole
explain.
argument, bro. Bro, you've been saying the same stuff for 2 days, bro. You haven't changed the sentence, a syllable, nothing. You saying people ain't letting you talk, but you done said the same exact thing about 45, 75 times, my guy. I think that we all heard you, and you're lying. That's not
The truth
what
don't change, bro. The truth
frequent. When
stays the
somebody
same.
is talking about they test, see, this is where they trying to get you at, manager Marty and 2 cent. This is what he's harping on. It says testing all year. Of course they do testing all year frequent because it's a fight every weekend, gang. There's not one month that there's not a fight, which would mean that there's not one month throughout the 52 weeks in a year where people are not testing with VADA. Top Rank got cards, PBC got cards, Riyadh Season got cards, Golden Boy got cards, Pro Box got cards, Frank Warren and them got cards. So that's what they mean by all year. Because
what was their conversation
and I
about?
figure, my guy, it'd be great. It'd be so much great if you let me talk.
What was their conversation about?
Frequent, it'd be so much great if you let me talk. We've heard.
I'm letting you. I'm quiet.
You're not. You literally, you're not quiet. Why you just lied and what you said you was quiet while cutting me off.
I was quiet while you was talking.
Is he insane, y'all?
Go ahead, Dean. Finish up.
I'm about to Tucson, but Tucson, is he insane? Okay. All right. Anyway, they test all year because they got to give tests all year. That doesn't change the period of time that they test. Frequent, show me on VADA website where it says that you will be tested all year regardless of in competition or out of competition. They would have to specify that on a website, Frequent. They would have to, because you know why? Because then they would have to differentiate when you're not having a scheduled bout and when you do got a scheduled bout. Then y'all brought up the whereabout forms. I knew this the first day that y'all was saying it. I just couldn't get back up because the panel was full. The whereabout form is strictly that. That's why it's called whereabout policy. All that means is you got to write down your whereabouts.
Yeah,
Stop making this harder. Stop making this harder than it gotta be. It's not that hard. Miss Goodman said we do not test out of competition. So whatever you gotta say after that frequent means nothing because the lady said what she said. You can't go off of what the lady said and then want to ignore what the lady said, gang.
That's the problem. I'm trying to go off what the lady said. The big question is this: what was their conversation about? Why would she say she tests all year round?
The conversation was about VADA testing.
What? Yeah, no, it was about out of competition testing. He asked her if she understood what it was, asked her the definition of it, and broke it down. So why would she be talking about anything other than out of competition testing when she said they test all year round?
Flyer, listen.
That sounds so stupid.
The question
How that sounds stupid? That's logical as hell. I don't understand.
No, it's not frequent. You just skipped over what I said. She said they test all year round because they do test all year round because they got fights they got to test for all year round. Frequent.
Y'all not hear me? Hello?
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 I couldn't hear you over frequent. He kept.
Okay, so that's what I want to say, frequent. I'm gonna let you back up because I'm trying to talk, bro, and you just won't stop talking. The problem we're having here is we should be able to go to the website, click it, get the information, and see the application, just like we can click it and see the information for the in-competition testing. You're on here constantly trying to defend this because we're asking questions like, where's the information about it at? Where is it besides this one little tab that y'all put up here with Devin Haney on it? And there is none. And you sitting here trying to jump through all these hoops to make it be like you don't even have a defense right now. You're saying, oh, they can put not available, but that application doesn't say anything about 365 testing. Like, it's not this hard. You can still believe it's 365 testing, but you act like you can't understand the suspicions and questions. That's the issue here. You can believe it and we can't believe it. But you act like you don't understand why we don't, or not even believe it, why it's suspicious, or why we question it, or got questions behind it. You act like you can't even do that. You act like you can't say the fact that there's no information about it on the website is a little suspicious. The fact that there's no application for it is a little suspicious. The fact that Victor Conti saying himself he can't get his own fighters to sign up for it is a little suspicious. That's all we saying, frequent, and that's what you can't acknowledge. You're trying to come on here and act like we're just completely, absolutely wrong for even thinking that when that's not the case.
I don't think you really understand your bias and the things that you do, but you just threw me in the back, and Dean went on talking for about 30 seconds, and you was asking him, can he hear you? And why you ain't throw him in the back? You threw me in the back. I wasn't saying anything at all.
No, we're not hearing. I'm cutting you off.
He was here rambling off and talking while you was talking, and you threw me in the back. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, though.
You gonna answer the question?
That's what I'm talking about. But anyhow, though, what I was saying is why would she, when she says y'all trying to pick and choose which y'all want to be applicable to her talking about out of competition testing? Before she started talking, he asked her about out of competition testing. That's what their conversation was about. That's what he was harping on. And he asked her, did she know what it was? And he explained the definition and asked her, was he correct?
Bro, we
And she
heard
said
it, bro. You
yes.
keep saying
And
the same
started,
thing.
and
We
she
heard the
said
argument
yes. And
already, frequent.
okay, well, she said yes
Stop
and
saying,
started
bring
talking
something
about,
else
you said,
new. You
now
just
he's
said the
talking when I'm
same
talking.
thing
You're not gonna throw him in
57
the back.
times, bro.
You're not gonna throw him in the back, 2 cents.
Let
Because
him
you
finish.
saying the same
Throw him
thing
in the back.
57 times,
Go
bro.
Throw
ahead,
him
Dean.
in the
This is
back.
your
Land your
fifth
plane.
You're
time
gonna let
saying
me
this.
talk.
I'm gonna say this. Go ahead, Dean. Land your plane because you keep repeating this over and over. Go
I'm
ahead.
not repeating it over and over. Y'all
You
don't.
is.
He won't let me talk.
Go
He
Go
ahead.
think
ahead.
you
All right,
literally said
yo,
the
watch,
same
y'all.
thing
I'm
a
gonna
hundred
let him
times.
talk, y'all. He gonna say what he
was
just
saying
said
is
2 minutes
if
ago.
they're
Go
talking
ahead.
about
Go
if
ahead,
they're talking
frequent.
if they're
I'm
talking,
gonna let you talk and watch you
bro,
repeat what you just said. Watch this, y'all. Go ahead,
bro.
frequent.
Okay, if he asked her about out of competition testing, and this lady, and he asked her, did she understand the definition
We
of it?
heard
And
that
she
part
said
already,
yes.
frequent.
That she said yes. That was the definition of out of competition testing. How come when she say we test all year around? How come you want to say that she's not talking about out of competition testing now? When that's what she was asked about.
Frequent, you are a
Their
fucking idiot,
conversation is
frequent.
about out of competition testing. So why when
Frequent.
she say VADA tests all year round, well, we had the same test for and out of competition.
What
Why
she is
she's not
saying,
talking
frequent
about,
flyer, to
bro?
answer your
Why you still
question,
Dean, let
she
talking,
him
bro?
talk. Dean,
Why
let
you
him
still talking?
finish. Go ahead, Fly.
Throw him in the back.
Susan, he said this 7 times.
Be quiet, bro. I didn't say that several
Yes, you
times because
did,
you just said that. You just tried to tell me that.
bro.
You just tried to tell me
Hey, put
that
it in
when
the
she
chat if he
said
ain't
she
say this
tested.
7 times
You
straight, y'all.
just
Put it
tried
in the
to.
chat.
You're not gonna put him in the back because he just disrespectful, talking all over me and everything. Ain't
Land your
respecting his
plane,
elders. Respect your elders, bro. So he just told me just now that that when she said all year round testing, she was talking about testing when people are in competition. So if you just said that, how could I have been saying that before you said it, bro? I'm addressing what you just said. I'm not saying the same thing over and over
Are you
again.
finished?
That's the narrative that you're trying to
You
push.
literally just said the same thing
Now
over and over
again,
again.
now
Are you
you can
finished?
answer that question.
We're gonna
You
move
can answer
on.
that question. Anybody can answer that question for me, please. Why would she be talking about something other than out of competition
That's your
testing if
7th
that's what
time
she was
saying
asked
that.
about, bro?
That's your 8th time saying that. We've heard you,
Bro,
my guy. And I
you're
just
talking.
answered the
You're
question,
talking
and
when I'm
is
talking.
you gonna let me talk now?
No, hold on, Dean. Are you done frequent? Or you land your drone or what?
I guess I'm being forced to land my drone because he
No,
won't.
keep
He
talking.
won't be quiet.
Repeat yourself. Keep talking.
If you're not
Go
finished,
ahead,
go.
answer that question for me, please. Why would she be talking about why would she not be talking about out of competition testing if that's what she was asked about and that was the conversation and that's the beginning of her conversation? That's a valid question. Go ahead, answer that question, Dean. You said you was going to answer it.
Yo, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I got a phone call. Frequent. She said they do what she was saying was they do year-round testing with the same test. So the test that they give everybody is the same test that they give everybody every weekend for every fight that they test for all year round. She tests all year round because that is true, frequent. Because it's a fight every weekend of the year, frequent flyer.
You ain't answering my question,
bro.
bro.
Can you stop cutting me off? I'm answering your question.
You're not answering my
You want to
question.
bring up I'm answering your question. You don't
I
want to
asked
listen
you
because it's
why
not.
I
I'm
asked you
answering you. You just
why.
cut me off for the 3rd time. Can I talk now, frequent?
If you're going to answer the question, please
I'm
answer the
answering the
question,
question.
bro.
Can I talk now?
All of the filler and stuff is crazy.
Go ahead, Dean. Land your plane. Go ahead.
I didn't even start flying yet. 2 cents.
I mean, you might as well just let the frequency think what he wants because he keeps saying the same.
No, he ain't going to answer the question
What
because he
is Miss
can't. He
Goodman?
just keep
What Miss
dancing
Goodman?
around it
Oh
and
my
trying to
God,
say all
Lord have
this other
mercy,
stuff.
bro. What Ms. Goodman is saying is that they do the panel that they use for testing is what they use all year round every time they test somebody. And they test all year round because there is a different fight with different promotional companies every weekend. So VADA has business 52 weeks out of the year, which is all year round testing for VADA. She did not say that VADA does year-round testing for one fighter. She did not say that. She said the company, VADA, does year-round testing, which is true if you're not an idiot, because it's a fight every single weekend. It's a boxing match in America every single weekend. Which would mean if they're using VADA, like y'all be saying, if they're using VADA, then that means VADA has business 52 weeks out of the year, my guy. Because then Frequent can't answer this question. Why would she say they don't do out of competition testing and then try to say they do out of competition testing? How much sense does that make?
Because he kept stopping the tape, so you ain't know what she was saying.
So Ms. Goodman will admit to it being. So I've heard the tape. Stop telling me to do stuff I've done already. You're the one that comprehension skills is off, my guy. Why would she say frequent? Why would she say frequent? No, you can't explain. Only Ms. Goodman can explain this part. You can't explain this part. With a part you keep telling us to. The part you keep trying to tell us to listen to is the lady admitted they do not do out of competition testing. Period.
No,
so why would she make an argument afterwards?
Hold on, Demon Frequency. I'm gonna get Jay Henderson in here, man. Y'all hogging the panel. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh man, honestly, I'm kind of enjoying the conversation between these two guys. But unfortunately, I even showed the documents to Frequent earlier. Frequent is aware that those documents say nothing about 365 testing. He's aware of this. He's seen it 2-3 different times. So to keep going back and forth with him is kind of ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm enjoying it, so I'm good. But him and Boxing Hacker have lied the last 2 days about this stuff. I don't understand what y'all getting out of it.
How they lying?
It's a conversation. Okay, because you're literally acting like you don't know that the application does not exist. You're literally acting like the website says something that it does not say. And you know it's not there. So for you to continue to even go through with this facade you're trying to pull because you're a Haney Glazer, and we understand that you like Devin, we get it. So you don't want anybody to say anything against this dude, but at the end of the day, bro, you're looking really bad, and goddamn, you're freaking horrible.
This ain't even.
I never even said anything. We not having a conversation about about what's on the website. Y'all keep trying to take it to the website to try to deflect from what the lady said. We're talking about comprehending what the lady said.
Dude, I build websites, right? I'm telling you this because when we put things on your websites, it has to be legal. It has to pass through a legal form when you're one of these organizations. So if they're not putting all of their documentation on the site, then that's not good, bro. If you have nothing on there saying it, but she's stating it, then it should be available for us to find it.
Thank you, Jay. That was
So
I got a question. So
what about what the lady said? We're talking about what the lady said. Y'all keep deflecting and running to saying, "Oh, this is not on the website. That's not on the website." We're talking about. We're having a conversation about what the lady said. They're trying to make it seem like the lady said that they don't do testing.
Let me respond to Frequent. Let me respond to you, Frequent. Tell me if you understand this. You obviously didn't listen to what Jay just said. I want you to listen to me, Frequent. Listen to understand and not to respond. What Jay is trying to tell you is that I can say anything, but whatever wording I put on my website, it has to be factual. I can't lie. So what he's saying is most likely why the information isn't on the website and she's just saying it is because if you put it on the website, it's binding, which is why we're asking where all this 365 stuff is on the website and we can't find it. But you won't listen to that and you want to talk about what she said when the reason why we're focusing on the website is because that's where it will be binding at. That's what Jay is trying to
No,
tell you.
no,
So
I
that's why
comprehend.
there's a disconnect right there. That's
No,
why.
I comprehend that part 2 cents. I get that totally. Now that's a whole different conversation. What I said to him when me and him had a conversation about that, I told him that application that's on the website is a universal application. That application can be used for testing, period. It don't specify that it's not talking about 365 testing, that it's just talking about in competition or out of
That's a lie.
competition. It's
You're
just a
lying.
generic,
That's
it's
not
just a
accurate,
generic
bro.
Lying.
That's
application,
not
and it
accurate.
has that part on there where it asks you questions about your
You're
competition.
lying.
But like I said,
No,
how
it
am I
does not,
lying, bro?
Because
What am I
I'm
lying
I'm
looking
about
at
to
about?
tell you how you're
the
lying, my
form. Tell me
guy.
where it says
Okay,
that.
wait till I
If
finish. So wait
365
till I
was a
finish, and
different
then you can
set
tell
of
me I'm lying.
testing, if
So hold on, wait till
365
I'm
is
finished. Wait till
different,
I
frequent
finish, then
flyer,
you
they
don't
would
cut
have an
me off. Wait till
application
I'm
for
finished,
it.
then you can say I'm lying.
Go ahead, land your plane.
Okay, so it's a generic application on the
Hey, how are
website.
you?
It's not talking about, it's not specifying in the title of the document that is for in competition only or out of competition
Hold
only.
on
It's
before you say that.
generic in the title.
No, it's not generic. It's not generic. It's not
In the
generic.
title.
No, it's not generic. It
That's why I
says
said he was lying, 2 cents.
it says hold on, I didn't share the right screen. Hold on. It's
In
not
2 cents,
generic.
he knows that because I sent it
It
to him.
is.
He
It
knows.
is.
He knows
Fire,
it's not
dog.
It
universal.
is. Y'all could try to prove that I lied after I finish this last part
Dude,
right
we're
Okay.
not
here.
proving. We're not.
It's
You have to prove it.
in the
We're
All right,
looking at
go
the
title. It
ahead.
doesn't
document.
say that it's
Go ahead, Frequent. Land your plane, and then I'm gonna respond. Go ahead.
in the title. It doesn't say that it's for 365 testing, but it also don't say that it's strictly for in competition testing. But it does have a part in the application where it asks you about competition, which when you download it and fill out the application, you can just put an N/ and an A on that part, not applicable. On that part,
Okay,
it's a
where does it say
generic
that, frequent?
application
He
there.
got it pulled up. Where does it say that?
Okay, now let me
Where
say
does it say
this.
that?
It says right here, athlete application for program admission. The VADA program is only 8 weeks, Flyer.
What?
Yeah, the VADA program is
What?
only
The
8
VADA
weeks. The
It's
program is
only 8
only 8
weeks. I
weeks.
thought it was out of competition. I thought we went further than that. What?
365 has its own section. If it was actually something that was true,
Okay.
you would have a 24/7 365 testing, because this the part can't nobody answer, 2 cents. If it's not a difference, then what's the difference then? If
But you're
it's
So is
not a
telling
difference,
the
Is
owner of
Canelo
the
then
lying?
what's the
company that she's
difference?
lying about what her company
So is
offers.
Canelo
I'm
not
talking to 2
How
365?
cents.
I'm just
crazy
trying to
is
figure
that,
out.
bro?
2 cents.
How
If it's not
crazy
a
is that to
difference
tell
between
the
frequent, because I
owner, the
spoke, you spoke
founder of the
already, bro.
company?
You spoke already, and then you complained about people cutting you off. Shut the fuck up.
Hey man, stop disrespecting me because
Nah,
of
stop.
me and
Nah,
you
it ain't
both
no
in
stop.
Philly, bro. We
What
can
you
meet up.
gonna do, OG?
We
You
both in
got your
Philly. We can meet up.
AARP card. What you gonna do?
We both in Philly.
You
We can
don't
meet
hurt
up.
your hip. Don't, you might have to get hip replacement soon. You
Okay.
better be quiet. Leave
Okay.
me alone, my guy. First of all,
Okay.
if it's different,
I'll drive out
because
Norristown,
you're
bro.
trying to make it seem like out of
Ooh.
competition is different,
Hold
right?
on, y'all. Let me get this super chat. Shout out to Fight Game with the $10 in the super chat. He said, two got these ninja tucking they and acting like bitches. That's the funniest but true-ish I've heard. Crazy how these Vic bouncers hacker defender dude who said himself that we should be suspicious. Shout out Fight Game. All right, I got one more super chat. Shout out to
I
Mr.
got one.
in the building with
Go ahead.
$2 super chat. He says, good afternoon, 2 cents. We still on this. Shout out, Mr. Greg. Yeah, man, it's a hot topic. People like talking about it. So, hey, I talk about the hottest topics in boxing. So let's discuss it. So what we're saying, the frequency, basically, this is the athlete application form for the program admission. This does not have anything to do with 365 based off of what you just said, that it doesn't say that it's for the program, when right here it clearly says it is for the program. I don't think that this has
It don't
anything
say
to do
in
with the
competition right there.
Can I ask y'all a question though? But if
That could be for the
Canelo
365
Alvarez done it,
program, it could
and
be for in competition or out.
well, how did Canelo Alvarez do it?
We don't know because they didn't
He
put it on their
lying to them.
website, Jay.
But
We don't know.
but
We
we
going
know
off of
we
hearsay.
know he did it though, right?
No, we don't know that. We just
We
know what
don't.
they said.
So all the news reported agencies was lying.
Everybody
No,
lying.
hold up. No,
Everybody
I just
lies.
went. They were lying.
No,
No, I
no,
believe
no.
they
What they went
lied
off
when they
of, what they
reported it.
They
going
went
off
off
of,
what
is what
people
they were
said.
told.
Correct.
So,
Because if it
So
was
they went
proof
off
of
what
it, it'd be
Canelo
on Vada
himself
So
said.
website.
I got you. Let me
If
get
it was
this off.
proof of it, it'd be on. And let
Cool.
me say this, 2 Cent. If 24/7, 365 is a different type of testing than a regular testing, but why don't they have no application for it or no history of it prior to Devin Haney? If it's different, because it's supposed to be out of competition testing, right?
Canelo
So that means
Alvarez,
it'd be
Nonito
different
Donaire.
testing. Hold on,
Nonito
hold on.
don't.
Can I
Nonito was
finish?
the
Can
first
I
person,
finish?
right?
Can I finish? Can I finish? Because I know it make a lot of sense why you want to cut me off.
You
If it
cut
was
us off.
different,
You cut
if
me
it was,
off.
I didn't cut you off. You was done talking. You asked
You
the
definitely
question.
cut me off,
You
bro.
decided I was done talking.
You
Oh, go
definitely
ahead.
cut me
Well,
off, bro.
go
no,
ahead,
enlighten
NHA.
us. No, hold
Go
on.
ahead,
Enlighten
NHA.
us. What
Finish.
else
Go
you had to
ahead.
I'm
say?
just saying.
No,
No,
enlighten
let
us.
NHA go.
What else you had to say? Enlighten us.
Be quiet, man. Let
So
NHA go.
So a couple of things you got wrong. You said 365 all of a sudden appeared after Devin Haney. False. Nonito Donaire was, what I'm saying, famously
It was never. It
publicized
wasn't
for
on the
being the
web,
first.
Vada
Bro,
website
Right,
you
prior
gonna
to
on
let
the
me
that.
finish, or
website.
you just gonna be like,
Cause you just
calm
lied.
down. It's really not that. So
Don't
Nonito
lie.
never did it.
Let him finish, Dean. Go ahead, NHA.
Okay, so Nonito did it.
What
Canelo
proof you got
enrolled
of
in
that?
360.
What
I mean,
proof you
I
got of
this
that?
dude ain't gonna
My
shut up.
nigga, can you just let me speak for
Go
1
ahead.
second? I
Let him finish
understand
up,
you.
Dean.
You
Let him
don't
Just
like
finish
come with
up.
facts.
facts. Just come with facts, gang.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Throw him in the back.
Canelo Alvarez enrolled, in 2018. Publicly documented. But this is my thing. If y'all suspect, this is for Jay Henderson, you, or anybody else who suspect
It's
that
publicly documented,
Vada
but not
is
on their
not playing
website.
by, no, chill, bro. It's like you can't help yourself. If y'all suspect that Vada is doing something illegal by not disclosing certain things, Vada is a non-profit organization. Instead of
Nobody
coming on
said
here
Vada
and
was doing
bitching,
nothing illegal, bro. Nobody said
I'm
Yeah,
any
he
of
not.
that
just, he
shit.
just, he just,
Y'all
he just talking.
saying it's above board. They said y'all saying they're doing
They
something above board
insinuating that
because
it's illegal.
yes,
They
We
won't
haven't
put it
exactly.
on the
insinuated
website.
So
anything. All we saying is that it's
Vada
not
could be
true.
reported. Okay, there you go. You saying if it's not true, they're doing something illegal. So report them to the FTC rather than come
Nobody
on
said
here
they
and
was doing
sound
nothing
crazy.
illegal.
Why
What are
the
you
fuck would
talking
I do
about?
that? Am I a boxer?
I
Do
mean, you
I get in
sound
the ring? Why the fuck would we do that, NHA?
So
Bro,
why
why
do
you
you
getting
care
all
about
mad?
Vada
Calm
then?
down, bro.
Why do you care? Why
First of all,
hype about it?
Calm down,
what you
bro.
talking about? Why I care? I'm a grown ass man. I can care about what I want to care about. If you don't like it, you could get the
You
fuck off
just
the
care.
panel and go
You
You
don't
about
just
your
gotta get
day,
all
gang.
you
emotional,
Don't
just
though,
tell
you're
me
bro.
and 2
crying
Cent what to
about
care
you're
about.
crying about
You ain't
If
gotta
you
you're
get
don't
all
crying
like
about
it,
emotional.
NHA,
boxers not
NHA,
being a
guess what you
boxer.
can do if you don't like it, NHA? Guess what you can do? You can hop your ass off the panel and go cook your kids breakfast, gang. You don't have to listen to it.
Bro,
You don't get to tell
Why
people what
you
to
all
care about.
emotional, bro? Calm
why are you
down.
so
No, that's the
emotional,
truth.
my man?
That's
This
the
is
truth.
not your
No, that's the
panel.
truth. That's the truth. You are a
Relax.
grown man trying to tell
You
other
sound like you
grown
got punched in
people
your
what
head
to
too
care
much. You
One
about.
at
thinking
a
this is your
time.
panel.
One at a time, bro. One at a
That,
time.
you are a
Bro,
grown man trying to tell other people what they should do and what they should care about. We are not boxers, gang. We talk about boxing. VADA, testing, all of this is part of boxing. If you don't like it, my guy, you can get off the panel and go do
sound like
something
you don't
else.
like it.
Bro,
You
you
really
real
crying right
passionate
now.
right now, bro.
That's not passionate.
I'm
That's
crying, but
crying.
you the one that don't want us to talk about it. Why? Because you want to knob,
I'm telling you
gobble,
to put
bug,
some action
Crawford,
behind
gang.
it. Put
I
some action behind
understand,
it.
brother.
Put some action behind it. Talk is cheap.
You care about us talking
Hold
about it.
on.
It
Let me
seems like
respond.
Oh,
you
hey,
care
Hold
you about
on.
to
more.
Hold
lose your
on. Hold
You're
voice, my
on.
taking
nigga.
Let me
no
respond.
action.
Hold on, D.
You're losing your
NHA. Let me
voice.
respond to NHA. NHA, listen. I don't know why you keep saying this, why we care about it, why we talking about it, why we this and why we that. Because it's a topic and we're talking about it. You're saying you can't talk about anything unless you like, what is your point with that? I don't understand why you keep
You
saying
don't
that.
have one.
Hold on. I'm not telling you not to
I'm not
care. I
done.
never
I'm
said
not
that.
done. I'm not done. I'm not
Go
done.
ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
If it's something that you don't want to talk about, I can remind you like you're here voluntarily. But if every time you come up here, you're gonna be like, why do we care? Why are we talking about it? Like that, like what's the point of you being in the conversation?
I never said why. I I never said why I care.
Nobody said that VADA is doing anything illegal. What we said was, if you put it on the website, well, what Jay Henderson said was, when he puts stuff on people's website, it's binding. They have to actually be doing that. So he was trying to say, why would you say it, but it not be on your website? Nobody said they were doing anything illegal. See, this is how stuff gets started, and then y'all try to say, oh, they 2 Cents was over there trying to push a narrative. She said Vada was doing something illegal. I never said that. I never said that, and nobody on this panel ever said that. We're just questioning and have questions about the 365 testing, and I think that's okay because it's thousands of boxers and only 3 or 4 people or whatever have actually quote unquote signed up for the program. And even Victor himself said he can't get his own snack fighters to sign up for 365. So it's questionable. I don't care what y'all say. What is the issue? How can you, Victor, your own self, not get your own fighters to sign up for this program? I don't care what y'all talking about. That's questionable. And we got questions. So you go dig around. You look on the website. You don't see the information. That's even more questions. Devin Haney is the only fighter signed up for it. Why is he the only one? This ain't an indictment on Devin Haney. We're just curious. Why the hell is he the only one signed up for the 365? Then we got more
pay
questions.
out of their own pocket, though, Queen.
So they're not paying out of their pocket. They're sponsored by Victor, which is another question. How come
no, Victor don't pay for the testing?
Yes, sir. Victor
does.
Conti
Yes,
pays
he
for Devin
does.
Haney's test. Yes,
He
sir.
does. Then you got to ask yourself, how come the only fighters that signed up for 365 be sponsored by VADA? Can we be sponsored by Victor? Can we name a fighter that wasn't sponsored by Victor that was on 365? That's another question that I have. So these are valid questions, y'all. I don't understand.
2 Cent, can I ask you a question, 2 Cent?
Cool.
And this is serious, 2 Cent. 2 Cent, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Isn't it true if 24/7 365 testing has existed, like they are trying to make an argument for, but we have no actual proof but hearsay of them saying it? Then don't that mean that VADA has already been putting misinformation on a website? Because this program is supposed to have been around for the last 13 years, but they just put in the information about it on the website this year. That's not suspicious. Where's the documentation? Everything else on a website, like Jay Henderson said, it should be documented. I should be able to see the history of 24/7 365 testing. So if it existed, like y'all claim it has, prior to this, then why did they just make a section for it last year and Devin Haney's the only person they named on it?
Do y'all think
Miraculously, 48
we already discussed this a couple of nights ago.
Do y'all think USADA got stuff that they do that's not listed on their website?
They got,
I don't know. I ain't following USADA like that.
Testing too, though.
Is it on their website?
Yes, it is, 2 Cent. I checked.
I think it is on their website.
Okay, so then. So why you acting like you don't understand what
They
we're
don't
talking
have the
about?
form on their website, though.
How about 2 Cent? These fucking goofs.
He sounds so defeated. He sounds so defeated right now. Yeah, he is on their website.
So when Tunnel Reviews actually broke this down last live.
When Canelo,
he actually pointed out that this shit been out since
said that
2016.
he was signing up for 365 testing. Why nobody wasn't saying there's no such thing then? He got
because it wasn't Crawford or Devin.
I don't know what people were saying then. I didn't have a channel, so we're not gonna do that because I didn't have a channel. So I don't know.
Nah, that never existed. That never existed. Yeah, frequency, according to Bean. That was all fairy tale. Canelo never did 365.
That wasn't that long ago.
ESPN Live.
That was like 4 years ago.
2018. Now 2018.
That's not 4 years ago. 2018 is not 4 years ago.
It even proves the point even more. It's way back then.
Y'all glazing over my point. Does USADA have testing that they do that's not on their website? No, they don't. Everything USADA does, you know about because it's listed on their website. It's not hearsay.
And you don't have to have every policy listed in your website too. Mr. Website creator should know this too.
That means it don't exist if it's not on the website, bro.
I guess.
Jay Henderson, do you have to have your
Jay Henderson?
Sorry about that. Yeah, if it's a policy and procedure, yes, sir, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, sir. You don't. Show me a company
that argue with the man that do it for work.
Show me a company that does not have their policies and procedures, legal ramification policies, that they don't have a database for that.
Let me tell y'all this because my husband just sued the last company he worked for because guess what? They ain't have the policies and the procedures of the that they was trying to do. Smooth got sued
because they didn't have them.
Only if it's legally binding.
Because they didn't have it on the website. You saying?
Excuse me.
Because they didn't have the correct policies and procedures in place.
So yeah, this is crazy. Y'all
Anything that
saying
is legally
basically they're
binding has to
violating
be
some
there.
legal. They're violating something. You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
said
Violent
nobody is
policy.
violating anything. Why
But
the
that's
hell are
exactly
We're
what he's
just
saying.
asking why it's
No,
not
it's
on the
not.
site, bro. We're just asking why it's not on the site. Y'all going
Yeah.
too
Okay. You
far.
just asked. So if it's not in the site, they're hiding it, right?
That would be to my understanding, or their IT
Okay then.
personnel
So
has not, or their IT personnel is not
the
doing their job.
investigators of Two Cents Channel is obviously way smarter than the FTC and all of the regulations in the state and government. That's your understanding too, right?
I work for the government, dude.
Okay. And you letting this slide.
Jay, I don't
I
know
don't
what
work
your
for
point is.
I
What
don't
is your
work in that
point?
area.
What is
Government's
your
bigger
point?
than anything, dude. What's your point?
Jay, what's your point? What point are you making?
My point is, y'all claiming that Ivada is intentionally misleading its customers or its clients in just
Who said that?
misleading the
Who
public
said that? Who said that? We're saying
because y'all
information on the website.
We're saying it's not on the site, man.
you're
We do
debating.
realize they can put it on the site
Miss
tomorrow,
Goodman
and it'll all be
Miss
legal.
Goodman came out and said something. Y'all said she's lying.
Nobody who said she was lying. I said when Manager Marty said she's lying. I'm saying where is the information on the
Y'all agree with
website?
her?
I'm saying where's the information on the website? And I'm asking a ton of questions because I have a ton of questions. That's what I'm saying.
If and frequency pointed out that application that's right in the screen right there.
For the program that they already have in place, which is 8 weeks. Athlete application for program admission. That's for the 8-week VADA program that they have.
Didn't Ms. Goodman said that they don't distinguish between, you know what I'm saying, in competition, out of competition when it comes to testing?
What does that
So
have to do with
can it be the same? Can it be the same form?
No, because the program is only 8 weeks.
So I guess Canelo and Nonito Dinero and was just lying when it in all the news reports that came out that they were enrolled
I
in
don't know what
365.
they were doing.
It was just fake. I mean, I guess we'll just roll with that. It's fake news.
I don't know what
It's
they were
fake
doing,
news.
but I'm asking the
I
questions.
mean, that's the thing. We give y'all, you know, hard proof that, you know what I'm saying, there have been actual
What
athletes,
hard proof?
boxers.
What hard proof?
Dude, I can't go in Canelo's archives or his briefcase or wherever he keeps his documents to you know point out to you. But I can go is by, you know, was being reported by
Why did
credible
I don't
sources.
listen? I'm not talking about Canelo. I'm not talking about Nonito Donaire. Did they do the program? Maybe, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, why is it so hard and difficult to find the information on the website when this has been in place for like 13 years?
And that's a valid question. Over a decade,
Maybe I ain't looking hard enough.
something has
Contact
been.
Vada. Y'all got these questions. Contact Vada. Just like I'm pretty sure you maybe get a hold of somebody.
Why do I got to go through all that? It should be right there on the website. Why is it
Nah,
this hard to
sometimes
sign up for
there's
365 test?
a lot
My
of
guy,
information is not right there in your face. Sometimes you
nah, bro,
gotta dig
nah,
for it.
bro, nah, bro. That's cap. If you're gonna put Devin Haney's picture on there, a nice picture of him flexing, talking about he signed up for it, but yet there's no document on how to sign up.
This is
Come
the
on,
thing
man,
though.
stop it,
You guys are
stop it,
questioning the validity,
stop it.
but you why don't you get the answers yourself? Why don't you call Vada and find out rather than just assuming
Well, but
or
see, you're calling
insinuating?
us investigative individuals. You call them.
I ain't trying to
Yeah,
investigate shit.
why don't you
I'm
call
all
and
we're doing is
verify?
I can give a
yeah, we're
fuck
looking at the
about
site.
who's on
We're looking
drugs
at
or
the
who's
site.
not.
Like I'm not trying. We're not trying to judge anybody. I know I'm not trying to judge anybody,
You
dude.
definitely trying to
I
judge
just want
somebody.
her. No,
That's all
sir.
you've been
I just
doing.
wanted them to put it on the site. That's all. Put it on the site. It'll all
And
be
if
done.
and you can always call Vada up and like, listen, I'm
Until
trying to get
it's
some
on the
information on the so and
site,
so and
bro.
that. But you say
Until
you
it's on
don't
the
want to.
site where it's
You rather
legal.
run with your narrative.
Hold up. Let
No,
me
why
explain
don't you
something to
call
you.
so you can prove us wrong,
Nah,
NHA?
I really don't care.
So then why the
Until
hell is
it's
you
on
up
the.
here going back and forth with us about it then?
I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy and the inconsistencies.
No, that's what
It's like
we're
it's
doing.
like
No,
we're
that's
doing,
what
just like
we're
we're doing
doing.
with the site
That's what we're doing. We're pointing out the inconsistencies, and you on here
and the
trying to argue
hypocrisy.
like they not inconsistencies. All we trying to get you to do is acknowledge what we're
But
saying. It's not on the
I,
website, and there's no information on it, and we don't see an application about it. Why can't you acknowledge that that is a fact? That is a fact. None of that is made up. None of that is opinion. When I go to the website, I don't see the information on it. I don't see an application for it. It's been over a decade since this 365 testing has been in place, and just recently they put the tab on the website. I don't understand what the big deal is, y'all. Like, I don't get it.
maybe it's
What's up,
buried in
Rich?
some PDF or some shit.
What's
I
up,
don't
Rich?
fucking
What you
know.
got for the show? What's up, Rich? What you got for the show?
Nah, I keep hearing the same old stuff, man. Basically, people gonna believe what they want to believe. One side believe this, one side believe that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's just like the same thing with I'm gonna talk boxing. Um, it's like 4 or 5 people that confirmed that Boots wanted fucking tune up, and you got people defending Boots on these panels saying that he didn't say that, and all these people just lying on one person. And it's like the same thing going on
Why
with
Boots
this
can't
shit.
get a tune-up?
No. I never said he couldn't get a tune-up, but the people that's saying that Boots didn't say that is the ones that's the problem. And that's
Well,
the
I think
thing
it's
that's
people. I've heard people that
eh,
say no Boots personally that said he never said he wanted a tune-up. Them the people
yeah,
you talking about, the
yeah,
ones that know
but
him personally.
yeah, and I heard people that know him personally too that do business with him and make him millions of dollars say that he said he wanted a tune-up. Now
Who said
again,
that? Who said that? Because Eddie Hearn
I
came out and said he didn't say that.
man, I've seen people. Eddie Hearn did sneak say that. He said that he wanted a
No,
couple of fights.
I got Eddie
He didn't
Hearn
say
came out and said he
Eddie
didn't
Hearn.
say that. He
Eddie
said he
Hearn.
didn't say that, and he don't even know where it came from.
Eddie Hearn. Look, Eddie Hearn just came out recently and said something like that. I know what your interview you talking about. You saying that Eddie? It was like 2 weeks ago where Eddie Hearn said that. I'm talking about recently. Eddie Hearn said that he wanted some other fights. Second, it's the same thing. Like everybody can't be all in cahoots with something going on, man. Like this shit gotta stop, man. Like
It's a big old conspiracy. What you mean?
it's like everybody can't be in
It's
a big old we gonna plan to say this, we gonna plan to say this about this, and this shit gotta stop, man. That's all I'm saying.
It's the VOD and Turkey takeover.
But I understand if you can feel how you want to feel, but at the end of the day, man, I'm just listening, man. It's just funny to me. This shit's really funny to me.
Yeah, it just be weird. Like so, like news articles mean nothing no more. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. When if it benefits, you know what I'm saying, somebody's argument. Oh yeah, let's pull up this article from the. It's just crazy. Like this,
It's
is like
crazy
literally
that
like
it's crazy that the news is
10,
it's crazy that the
10
news
news
is
articles
not
and shit.
accurate all the time. It's crazy that the news
Who?
ain't accurate all the time.
But
For real?
I bet you will source that same exact news article if it suits your narrative.
Well, why
I'm
wouldn't
not
it?
sure what your point is. Nothing you talking about NHA is it doesn't take anything away from what we saying. Like that's what I don't think y'all realize. Nothing y'all are saying is doing anything to the questions that we're asking. The questions are still there, no matter what y'all are saying. That's like the questions are still there. Canelo, all them, maybe they did do it. I don't know, but that doesn't take away the questions. That doesn't take away the fact that it's not on the website and they've been doing it for over a decade. That doesn't take away that we don't see it. None of that takes any of that away. So you trying to jump to, oh, y'all calling them a liar and all this emotional stuff you trying to do, it doesn't apply. It does not apply to what we're saying. Whether Canelo did it, whether Nonito did it or not, I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I'm talking about what I'm looking at in front of me right now with my eyes. That's what I'm doing. So I don't be understanding what your argument is. And then you say, well, I don't even care. So I don't be understanding what point you be trying to make. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't get it. You just can't acknowledge that the questions we are asking is valid. That's all we saying. If y'all could acknowledge the questions we asking are valid, we wouldn't have an issue. But y'all want to make it seem like we're not asking valid questions and we tripping. That's where the disconnect coming in at.
No, the disconnect is when you okay. I would never say, you know what I'm saying, the questions are not valid. Yes, the questions are valid. You know what I'm saying. If y'all don't see it on the website, yeah, ask. But then y'all make assertions like, well, 365, you know, never is. Who's been ever been 365? We have no proof that 365 ever existed. What athlete does it? And then when we give you all that, well, we don't really believe that, and we need more proof. So it's like it's you know what I'm saying? Nothing we ever bring to the forefront is ever going to be enough.
I
That's
mean,
on
the only
both
thing
sides.
you brought is reports from news outlets that can easily be skewed. We're just
And what
asking
have
for
you brought?
structure. We're just asking for structure. That's
What
all.
structure are you looking for?
The legal structure, the website. That's the
Oh,
most
so you
legal thing
want
we can ask
answers?
for.
You want answers?
You want them too. You just
No, I
said that.
don't. I don't. I
You
really
just
don't
said
care.
that.
But you want them. All right.
Dude, you can't
You
say you
want
don't care
answers,
if you
right?
say you want answers.
No, okay. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't give a
Come on,
fuck
man.
what athlete is
Okay,
doing
so if you
drugs,
don't, it
but
doesn't matter, right?
you do though, right?
No, I don't care, dude. I just want it on the
It's a
site. I don't
You
care.
just said you want
They
answers,
could put it on the site right now, and I'm good.
but so because you want answers, right?
All I want them to do is to say 365 is this, and this. We're having all these debates about what
Guess
it
what?
is, about
Guess
if it
what,
exists.
Mister? You can call them and ask
And she
them.
can
Get
tell
these
me, and they can
answers.
tell me whatever they want, and tomorrow say something completely different, right?
Because there's
So
no
and you can report them.
documentation.
Right?
You work for the government.
There's no
How could I
documentation.
report them, bro?
What you
How could I
mean? You
report
said
them?
I contacted.
There's no
I for
documentation.
lying. What you
You
mean
can't
ain't
be.
no
Come on now. You can't
documentation?
be that. You can't be that naive, bro. You can't be that
I
naive.
don't know. The
You
motherfucker
sound
work in the
naive right
government.
now. You sound truly naive.
All right, y'all. Listen, check me out. I want to thank everybody for joining me today on this pop-up live. Another fire conversation. Thank you to everybody that supported the channel on the Cash App, on the Super Chats, by punching that like and subscribe button. I want to thank everybody that joined me on the panel today. Snack will always be, Victor will always be a hot topic. Listen, Clarissa Shields, one of my favorite fighters, but she is now working with Victor Conti. And guess what that doesn't do? That doesn't change my opinion or what I think at all. It doesn't change anything at all. I still got the same questions. We just asking questions over here. We like to critically think. Make you put your thinking caps on over here. We have debates and great conversations. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion over here. I just want to let you know, we're not going to come over here and tell people what they should be talking about, what they shouldn't be talking about, what they should be thinking. Everybody's allowed to think whatever way they want to think over here. You're not going to come on my platform and call me biased, because I am not. But if you are on my panel over talking people, not allowing people to talk, asking questions and not letting people answer, I'm going to have to slide you in the background, because one, you messing up the replay value of my show, and two, you gotta let people talk. Like, y'all gotta be having these outbursts where you're talking over people. Like, I'm gonna have to make everybody turn their camera on and raise their hand when they want to talk, so I can say your name when it's your turn. But no, I appreciate everybody's passion for the sport. I appreciate the back and forth on the panel. Listen, it's all love to everybody. If I'm throwing you in the background, it's because you're talking over people. I never throw people in the background for their opinion. Every now and then I might, but here we go. What you need, Flyer?
Yeah, I heard you mention Clarissa Shields. I just wanted to say this real quick before you go off. Clarissa Shields was fighting that girl, and that girl was using a lot of lateral movement while nobody wasn't saying she was running.
They did. They
I
actually been
heard people.
clowning Clarissa Shields and saying she can't cut off the ring. I've heard a lot of that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was hearing a lot of people clowning Clarissa, trying to say she don't know how to cut off the ring. But what about this girl? I ain't hear nobody saying that she was running and all that. I just heard people getting on her, on Clarissa, saying that she should cut off the ring. She don't know how to cut off the ring and all of that stuff. That's what I mean.
I literally heard the commentator say she was running. Look, people were saying she was running.
The Xander Zayas fight and all of that. Man, I don't know. I know. I know
Who was
the
running in that fight.
I know the people were saying that she was running, but I'm talking about the content creators. I was hearing people on panels and stuff talking about Clarissa Shields don't know how to cut off the ring. And I'm like, hold on, but the other girl was using a lot of lateral movement. Wasn't nobody, cooking her about the Tom and Jerry thing or whatever. But that's all I wanted to say though, real quick.
Yeah. All right. You know how y'all like to say fighters are held to a different standard because of this status and that status? I think that's probably why you didn't hear people complaining about the competitor running around the ring, and they felt like it was on the champion to be able to cut off the ring and fight. So maybe that's why the different level of standard based on, you know, the level of fighter. So I think that's why it might be a difference. But Clarissa Shields put on another masterclass performance. She looked huge, man. I think she needs to come down. I think 175 was way too big for her. She looked sloppy. She didn't look, I ain't gonna say she looked sloppy. She didn't look as sharp as she did her last fight. Her last fight, she was sharp. She was crisp. She was on it. Why you keep saying you banned from the panel? Big Supreme, you couldn't click the panel? Click the link. You know doggone well you ain't banned from my panel. That's for Big Supreme. Xander Zayas used a lot of movement, but I wouldn't say he was running. I wouldn't say he was running. Listen, Frequent. That shit Devin did is y'all can keep running around trying to do this and do that. People expected better from Devin. That's why he gets the criticism. Bottom line. Click. It's not working? What does it say? I don't even know what to do. Like I don't even know how to block or unblock people on here. Let me see. It says no banned guests. So you're not banned. Click the link, Supreme. You really couldn't click it? Hell no, this crazy. No, but click it for real though. I want to see if it worked. You ain't got to get on, but just click it. Let me see if it worked. That's crazy. Oh yeah, it worked. Man, don't do me like that, Supreme. What's up? All right, bro.
Y'all, I clicked the link like 5 times. I'm like, God damn.
But was you in the background? Because I was driving.
Yeah,
and
I was
stuff.
in the background. I'm like,
nah, I was in the car. I had to go get my boy, so I can't see and drive at the same time.
Nah, I just seen Frequent running his mouth. I'm like, probably didn't want nobody on the panel. I don't know.
Oh no, I ain't see you because I was driving.
My
Shout
man
out Big
Kanye
Supreme.
East.
Kanye East, who is that?
Yeah, that's Frequent. You didn't see his on the panel yesterday?
Nah.
Manager Marty told him to show his face. He was looking like Kanye East out there.
Oh yeah. I seen him. I seen Frequent before though. That was my first time seeing Frequent.
Yeah, I seen Frequent before.
Oh, okay.
What's up with Hacker? He came through today?
Yeah, he came on today. He was up here for a little minute. You know, he probably was busy.
Yeah,
but he was up
Manager
here.
Marty fraud him yesterday.
Damn. They keep getting fried.
Yeah, I sent you a cash app too. Did you get it?
Let me check. Yeah, I've been driving and stuff. That's why these pop-ups I be moving around. Let me check the cash app.
My cash app is my name too.
Okay, hold on. Shout out Latasha Murphy with the $5 in the super chat. And she says, absolutely nothing, just supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Shout out to Big Supreme with the $5 in the super chat. He say, cook these ninjas. Shout out Big Supreme.
Yeah, because
Supreme. These dudes starting to piss me off, bro. Like, I don't understand why
there's more people on the panel. Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all 2 cents real quick because I am about to hop off. But shout out to everybody that supported the channel.
Damn, this dog is on my ass. What the hell?
What you got, Mr. Greg?
I just want to come in since I was home and I was on my computer and I saw, looks like y'all. That's why I said y'all still on that, because we was just on that conversation with all the same things from Frequent last night or yesterday evening, I would say. So I was wondering how did it still carry over? You know, the exact same thing. Because I thought you were on the show as well last night.
I was.
Yeah. So I said he's still saying these same things. I thought it got resolved.
No, they don't. They won't listen to any reasoning or anything that makes sense. They just gonna go with whatever they feel, which is cool. My only thing is just acknowledge, like, okay, I see what y'all saying. I don't agree, Well, I
Right.
can see why y'all saying that. That's
Right.
it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they acting like he not suspect, man. Crawford suspect, bro. Like I don't care what nobody say. I want to
Yeah.
know what
I
Blaze
mean,
think about that.
What up, Blaze? What you got for the
what's
show?
up, Blaze? Hey, Supreme.
What's happening?
What's up? What's
Peace,
up, OG
peace,
Greg?
peace, Shad. He's talking about. You want to know what I feel about Bud being suspect?
Yeah, but I think Bud suspect. What you think about that?
My thing is like this: they got rules. You know, it's unfortunate with boxing because with Snack and Victor Conti and everything is history, and they allow it in the sport. It's allowed. So if the rules is there's a certain way that they prove people are popping dirty, and everybody's under those rules, then it is what it is, man. It's part of the game. I'm not here about no conspiracy theories about wins and losses with people's records. You know, one thing about Bud is be like, I'm a Bud fan, but I'm not a Bud fan, not just from what's inside of the ring, like how he handles his business inside of the ring. So people can speculate and have all these opinions on these fighters as much as they want, but the truth of the matter is he handles his business inside of the ring. So you can have your opinion, and I ain't tripping. I don't even care. I'm not gonna even argue against that, especially if you want to speculate if he's suspect or dirty and all that. So be it. I've been told y'all if he come up and have any type of success against Canelo in this fight, they gonna blame it on Snack. Been saying that before this shit then started trending and Bill and came out and all this Victor Conti shit. I've been saying it because I know how these fans are, and I don't care. But what I really wanted to come on and talk about is the highlight of this weekend, and that was Clarissa Shields. She did her thing. She did her thing. That was a great fight. And for her to be even at that weight, go 12 rounds, banged it all the way out. Lonnie just got a strong head because she showed it all in that ring. She cut off the ring at one point. She rope doped her. She went to the body. She did everything. Like, I don't understand what more do you want. It's unfortunate there ain't a lot of competition
Yeah, I
in
got a phone call.
women's boxing. And it's like, she's a boxer. People say she should come down. Maybe I don't know her body, I don't know her routine and her training, but she's undisputed in three weight classes, and she's reigning undisputed at heavyweight, and she's dominating. Like, what more do you want from a fighter who competes? There's always some type of reason and excuse
Yeah,
for
I don't think
whatever.
she looked bad.
Somebody's succeeding at man, she's the best. She's the best. Three division undisputed, undefeated champion. What are we talking about? Like, what more do you need? You say Katie Taylor? That's what they say. Katie Taylor's the best. You saying she the best? Because then, okay, then you're saying that's the next person. You got one person that you can put in the argument with Clarissa Shields. Mind you, and
Well,
it's just her track record going all the way back. Two-time gold medalist. What are we talking about here? She got one fight that she lost in amateurs and she avenged. What are we talking about here? So that's why I don't get how it's weird. This is a weird ass era that we're in. It's like, regardless of how you feel about how people be great, this individual's great. Like, it's weird. Nobody like gives their flowers to people like that are exceptionally better than everybody else. This shit's fucking crazy. That shit Bud pulled off and what he did at clearing 147 and then him taking this challenge at the 168. You can follow what you want, but it's striving for greatness, bro. And it'd be crazy because it'd be like, we'd be talking about boxing and it'd be like, everybody got these opinions. They don't even got a pair of fucking gloves. They ain't laced up. They ain't went 3 minutes on shit, a heavy bag, speed bag, or whatever. Ain't got into a real fist fight and
is
got
that a
all these
requirement to
opinions.
have an opinion about boxing? I mean,
No,
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 no. Let me.
no,
I asked that because I hear a lot of people saying that, so it's
no,
just making me kind of feel like, is that a
no 2 cent.
requirement?
No 2 cent. That's not a requirement, but I'm talking about the people who ain't did that, who will have all these criticisms and these bogus ass opinions. If you was doing clear, objective analysis of boxing, but it's like you come on here about, oh, I think he's suspect, think he's dirty. You ever been in training camp? You ever trained? You ever gained weight? You ever gained 10 pounds of muscle on? You ever had a nutrition regimen? Get the fuck out of here. And it's just like, oh, I think he's suspect. That's why I'd be like, I don't even be one to entertain that shit. Because it don't fucking matter. Because what matters is September 13th, 2025, I'll be there in the nosebleeds. I gotta find me some good binoculars. I'll be at that fight, watching Bud
And you
strive for
should have waited
greatness.
to buy your tickets closer to the fight. The price probably would have went down. Shout
Man,
out
I
to the
don't
World Merc TV with the
2 cent maybe. They maybe would have
Hold on, let me
went
get this super
down.
chat. Let me get the super chat. With the $5 in the super chat, he says, I think most, if not all, boxers are at the elite level on something, either to level the playing field or to get an advantage or both. Shout out the Real Merc TV. I mean, that's
But
what the situation is. I mean, these are athletes that are competing at a high level. Of course, they're on and using things. You seeing athletes go for perform at higher levels longer. Like that shit not natural, y'all. Like let's not be silly.
But 2 Cent, what if you're not? What if you're taking legal supplements? What if you're doing everything right? Like that'd be the disrespect because there's clean fighters, there's clean people, there's people that got
I
fucking
mean, but how clean can I think
real
you are when you're
talk.
associated with a cheater? Like that's really what the issue is.
Again, and like I said, that's fuck the boxing allowed Snack and Victor Conti to be in the smart, man. And it's like then if it is, then it is what this shit's baked in. It's like we can argue this shit all the way. I agree.
Exactly.
Victor Conte suspect. I agree. Him connected to Snack is a bad look. I agree. But this is what we dealing with. I like boxing. I'm watching this shit. You feel me? So it's like if everybody got access to Snack, everybody got access to whatever bullshit that they allowing in the sport, so be it. That's not gonna be. I'm not gonna waste my time talking about that. I'm gonna talk about what happened in the fucking ring. Like another thing I want to talk about, Tony Harrison, bro. Shout out to Tony Harrison.
I didn't get to see that Tony Harrison fight, but I watched.
Man, listen, go watch that fight, man. That was a
Yeah,
great
watch
fight.
that 2 Cent.
But
Watch that fight.
listen, he was listening to his corner. I don't know how they had it mic'd up. They had his corner where you could hear everything. You feel me? His corners, he's staying solid. He was boxing, but he fell for what his weakness was. It's somewhere in the ninth round, he got dropped, but he was winning the whole fight the whole time. Then he got up in the 10th round. He got up in the ninth and went to work in the 10th round, and he won. He won a good fight. Now, his speech is slurring now and shit, so it's kind of like cringe, when I watch the outside the ring, but he looked good
I
inside
did
of the
not
ring.
hear his speech slurring the last time I heard Tony Harrison.
Nah, I've seen a couple interviews now because at first when I seen people saying it, I was like, man, are they exaggerating this shit? And then when I heard him talk a little bit, there's a there. You feel me? But that he can still fight, man. He can still fight. It was good. He looked sharp at that age. He looked a little small. He looked kind of sucked up, in my opinion. But other than that, hey man, that was a very good fight. But it's the bigger thing to me it was in Detroit, hometown. And shout out to Clarissa Shields from Flint, Michigan. Them selling out Detroit. They sold it out. It was a fair, all black, bunch of black folks there too. It was sold out, and he did
Yeah,
his
that was
thing, and he
dope.
performed in those arenas. And you got people trying to say, "Oh, it wasn't sold out," and all this other stupid ass shit. Once again, it's not got nothing to do with boxing or just hating on people, man. I don't understand why people hate people that excel at the very top. Like Clarissa Shields done everything that she could fucking possibly do in the sport of boxing, and she started it off rocking in the Olympics. So it's like you guys can say what you want, all this level of competition and all that. At 17, she was a gold medalist.
It's always
Then went
gonna
back
be.
and did it again. Then went back then just dominated everybody in there. Mind you, she don't got knockout power, but she be whooping everybody like it's a domestic dispute. You feel me? So
Hey,
it's like, come
Blaze.
on, man, what more do you want?
Hey, Blaze.
What's up?
Where you gonna be staying at the fight? You gonna stay in one of the hotels, or you gonna
I'm
be?
in the Luxor. I'm in and I got the Luxor because it's a half a mile away, and it's crazy. I was supposed to get my tickets a couple of days earlier because once the tickets came open for the fight, the hotel reservations went up like a couple $100.
Yeah, I'll
But I
be
got a
out
pretty
there.
good deal.
I'll
Come
be
on.
out there. Are you gonna be? Are you gonna be somewhere? Because I'll be out there. I'll be out there.
Yeah, listen, we can tap in. My
Yeah.
plan is I want to make sure I get to the weigh-in for sure. And
Yeah.
then I got a little side mission I want to do. I'm gonna try to go to I'll be playing this undisputed game, so I'm gonna go to the headquarters there, man. I just want to make a little trip there. But
Right.
other than that, man, it's gonna be all boxing. But yeah, man, for real, we're gonna
Look
be out
for
here,
you.
man. Yeah, man, let's try to catch up on
Yeah, I think
everything.
Supreme was gonna be out there too. I think I said he was gonna be out. He said he was gonna be out there. I'm not certain. Are you
Hey, yo,
going?
No.
Hey, that'll be dope. We come out there, man, and we definitely.
Yeah, because I run into
I got a
y'all.
channel. We can go live. We can go live and.
Exactly. That's why we
Hey.
need 2 Cent out there.
No cap. What you got for the show? No cap.
Yeah, but look, for me and my wife with the tickets, the hotel reservations, and our plane ticket, it was $2, bro. And I'm right up here in Seattle, like
Yeah, I'm not about to pay that for. But
and
what you got?
so
No cap.
it
What
was
you
a
got?
couple racks.
Yeah.
Man, I thought Clarissa Shields did good.
She did it. She just didn't look as sharp as she did her last fight.
I'm thinking she was a little heavier than usual, but I think that's because 30 years old, not because she out of shape or anything. But I just wanted to say she got a better shoulder roll than Shakur Stevenson do. That's for damn sure. That was the best shoulder roll I'd have seen it. See the number is Floyd, James Toney, did Clarissa Shields. And that's they all from probably won.
She was decent with the shoulder roll, though. I ain't gonna lie. She was
Oh, you
decent.
ain't gonna
Everybody
let
else can't do the
Bernard in
shit.
on that one?
Everybody else that try to do the shit, can I do the shit?
Look, Coach Eddie didn't like Clarissa Shields' performance. He said she was sloppy. See, y'all done made me start a whole new. I done already kicked everybody off the panel. Now y'all done made me start a whole new show. God damn. Y'all
That
don't want to let a sister
that goes
off.
to your popularity. Nobody wants to leave. That's why
Hey,
the
man.
numbers gonna come up. That's why you're gonna get the numbers that you need because you got popularity. Ride it hard. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you
Maybe
stay on
Clarissa
here
Shields.
long enough, it'll probably be another line outside soon.
Hey, for real, for real. But look, I just had my son walk to the store. I'm supposed to be going to the grocery store, get a couple things. I made him walk to the store because I'm sitting on here with y'all. So I got a couple more minutes, and then
I'm
for real, I'm
sorry.
gonna have to hop
Yeah,
off. But if
I
y'all
just wanted to
enjoying
come and
yourself,
say,
be sure to support the channel, man. For real, for real.
yeah. I just want
Um,
to come and say hi to you. I know you got stuff to do. I got things to do too, but I wanted to just holler at you. I'll see you then tomorrow.
all right, all right, all right.
All right, fellas.
Yeah.
See y'all.
I
All right,
enjoyed
take it
that
easy.
Clarissa Shields performance. I mean, of course, Blaze, it's how it's always gonna be. It's even worse now because it's like people just, since people have so much of a platform and so much of a voice, you're gonna hear more people's opinion, whether they're negative or positive. So it's just
Yeah.
a sign of the times. It is what it is. I don't care if you don't like Clarissa, her attitude. She always saying something to somebody. She always got to have the attention on her. She got whatever you feel. You cannot deny that that woman is great. She's selling out her own show that she's headlining. She's not on
Yeah.
nobody's undercard. She's not doing none of
Yeah.
that. This is her show. She's headlining in her own hometown. Some of y'all favorite fighters ain't even doing that. Like, come on. Like, see, y'all want to go outside and find all these outside other reasons. Like, it is what it is. She's
Yeah.
the best doing it right now, y'all. Like,
And,
she
and two
is the
cent.
best doing it.
And there's somebody in the chat talking about, oh, there was empty seats. It wasn't sold out. We're being emotional. It was like, no, that thing was packed. You go and look for a few holes in the crowd. Come on, please, man. That arena was jammed. That joint was jumping. You feel me? And
Yeah,
it'd be
Rick
like,
Ross
it
walking
just
her
is.
out.
And that way, mind you, I want to say that was a good ring walkout. The sound was right. You feel me? And then I like the way he did BMF. Represent Detroit with Big Meech and them. You feel me? He did that song. I thought that was a real good, walkout.
Yeah, she putting on, man. She putting on. She is now a Clarissa Shields fight is an event. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like on some, people gonna get mad, but like on some Mayweather stuff, not to that level, of course, but it's an event. You feel what I'm
And
saying?
she's
Hold on.
she's at her highest right now as far as that promotion, self promotion.
Well, hold on, I gotta say something about the empty seats. When they say sold out, they just talking about the tickets that they had available. Like they section off the motherfucking arena. Ain't nobody gonna fill up a big ass Little Caesars arena. You know what I'm saying? With a boxing match. Unless motherfucking Mike Tyson come in that bitch or something. So
Yeah,
they
and
got
then we're
like
just think
sections. So
my
the
thing is I'm just
tickets
interested to
got
see
sold
if
out,
there was
not
if
the
there was
amount of
gate
seats in the
records.
arena.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to see if she had a gate record too. Because I mean, I know she done made some money. And she about to be free agent too. So I'm interested to see how she gonna handle her business, man, going into her next bouts and how she promotes her next fights.
Yeah, I mean, she just keep doing what she doing.
Absolutely. But I mean, good team, good opponents, you feel me, venues and all of
What's
that.
up with
Like I want to
somebody
see if
else
she's
to
gonna put it
hype up
together.
another? They got to
Undercards.
create a storyline. They got to hype up. They got to find her an opponent. They got to hype her up.
Yeah,
Everybody want her to fight Shadaza Green, but I'm like, she gonna school Shadaza Green in my opinion. I don't think.
Yeah.
It don't matter, man. They
Make
got
the
to hype
fight.
it up.
I'm
They
not
got to make
saying
it
don't
interesting.
make the fight. Like, and this is the thing where I think people get it twisted. Like, if I say, oh, this person do this, it's like I'm not saying don't make the fight. I'm just giving my opinion on what I think will happen in the fight. I think
Exactly.
will school Shadaza Green, but shit, make the fight.
I think she beats everybody. She's so dominant. She's so dominant. I
With
ain't
no
seen nobody
power.
give her trouble yet.
With no power.
Yeah.
They don't want to give her props, Blaze, because they don't like that. They don't like that she talk noise to Serrano, and they don't like her attitude. And they
Yeah.
don't.
But with me, 2 Cent, it'd be annoying when this ain't just any like certain athletes that really set themselves above and beyond the rest. She's 3 division undisputed. She's the first boxer, man or woman, to become 2 division undisputed. She's reigning heavyweight undisputed, and she just whooped this girl like what are we talking about here? Like, you can do all these critiques and all this other stuff, but putting anybody on her level is like you guys are just being haters. Like, she clearly done separated herself her whole career from anybody else. That's what annoys me. It's like, you know, I don't gotta be a Tom Brady fan to respect Tom Brady winning 7 fucking rings. You feel me? Like, it's 7. Like, what are we talking about here? You gotta get what I'm saying. Like, for me, that's not say he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever or whatever. It annoys me, man. And especially it annoys me because it'd be like people be having these platforms and they be spewing this nonsense. And it just be like, just like I said, I just remember like me being a boxing fan, I still stick to me being a kid. Like, I can do the social media stuff and provide my analysts and come on shows like you, y'all go and chop it up with y'all and, you know, kind of screen out the trolls and all of that. But for me, it just be like, hey, when the fight's set, I look forward to the fight. Don't care about any of the chatter outside. I don't care who's ducking who. I don't care what. I just look forward to who I want to see fight when they step into that ring. That's it.
That's it. Hey, listen, I've been on here 3.5 hours. I'm actually about to hop off this time. I need 100 likes before I get off the live. Y'all make sure we get 100 likes before I get up out of here. Blaze, plead for Pete. Thank you for hopping up, giving
Yeah,
your
thanks.
2
Thanks,
cents
2 Cent.
today. Appreciate you for coming on the panel. Shout out to everybody that came on the panel. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Pop up live today. Check me out again tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. for 2 dark. Y'all know how I go down on 2 cents after dark. Never know what you're gonna get. I might grab a cup of coffee tomorrow. Grab the coffee. We be up on here all night. But listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, kicking you off the panel, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.